The tilt is real.
Tilt is real.
This is when the tilt is real.
Welcome in to the Sunday Tilt with your hosts, the FF chef himself, Juan Carlos Pena, and John JAWN Swanson.
It is Sunday, my dudes.
This is when the tilt is real. This is when the tilt is real. Good morning and happy week 6. Oh my goodness, Sunday morning. Back at it with the Sunday Tilt. Join with me are my favorite friends in the whole wide world. Rocking some baseball jerseys today. Wrong sport,
Let's
right
go.
day.
Let's go.
Both
Phillies.
both claiming fandom. Phillies,
Okay.
Yankees. I'll stick with my Giants. Thank you. My 4-1 Giants, by the way. What's going on, fellas? Mr. Swanson, Juan in the house. What's going on?
It is Sunday, my dudes.
Yes.
What's going on? Happy week 6. Congratulations to my Philadelphia Phillies for making the championship series. That was no one expected that. So I'm feeling really good right now. Phillies are playing well. Eagles are 5-0. Big game tonight against the Cowboys. It's gonna be a good day.
It's going to be a fantastic day. Mr. Swanson, any day we get to talk about fantasy football is a great day. But
I love that. Thank you.
But if the Phillies clinched last night and the Yankees are up against it tonight, we got a full slate of games in week 6. We got bye weeks. We got all kind of daily lineups going on today. I'm in the Millie Maker. I've been hunting that thing down, Mr. Swanson. Just like my hole in one the other day. I'm going to get me one of those. I'm going to place up there one of these days in one of those Millie Maker lineups. But it's going to be a great day tonight.
Just
That
keep
game
putting that
tonight,
work
Mr.
in.
Swanson. I don't know what you're doing for that game, but I know going crazy and dancing around for that Eagles-Cowboys game is going to be something you're doing.
I'll be in the Philadelphia area. Let's just put it that way.
My man.
And just a
Little
quick
tailgate.
update. I am having some technical difficulties on the Twitter side of things. We are still good to go. Facebook, YouTube. I hope you're listening out there, and we'll check back in later with that technical difficulty.
Yeah, hopefully that gets resolved. But everybody that's here on YouTube, shout out to the Tilt Squad. Good morning, Tilt Squad. Everybody's been here. We've been getting questions since 8:30. It's fantastic. So
wow, yeah.
we're gonna have a fun-filled show. There's a lot of questions, a lot of tilting this week, guys. A lot of injuries, a lot of guys on the fence. We're gonna be tuning into 11:30. We're gonna get a little weather update, even though it doesn't seem like there's weather. We got a little visit from Mr. Martucci a little later on in the show as well.
I love it. All right, boys, you ready? Without further ado, we'll
This is why we're here.
This is why we're here. All right, let's hop in. Monier's first one on the board here. Been here since 8:36. Welcome back, friend. Welcome back. All right, we're gonna start with Walker or Devontae Smith in half PPR. I guess that's Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. We're gonna assume that's Kenneth Walker, sure.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker.
It ain't PJ
Smith. yeah. That's true.
I mean, it could be this week, but
yeah. Oh yeah, you might be streaming PJ, but yeah, in this question right here from O'Neill, it's definitely going to be Kenneth Walker or Devontae Smith.
Yep.
I don't know if there's anybody I like more this week than Kenneth Walker. I love that matchup against Arizona. That game is going to be a shootout, but if Seattle's going to win that game or attempt to win that game, they're going to run the ball, and he's going to get the full workload, man. So I like Kenneth Walker. Although Devontae Smith's on a heater, they are playing the Cowboys. That should be a banger of a game. Like that's going to be, it could end up being 13-10 and it could be a shootout too, but both defenses are really good. The Eagles like historically play really good defense at home, so I expect that game to be tight and close, and the ceiling's a little lower on Devontae Smith for me, and Walker could boom and go off for like 150 yards today.
The way I'm looking at this, Juan and Mr. Swanson, sorry, it's half point PPR.
Yeah.
All right. So although Devontae Smith gets a bunch of targets, 10 for 87 last week, showed up very well. Yep. And usually the second receiver on the team against Dallas does better. I'm going Walker as well. It's a great matchup against Arizona. He will get the workhorse role, AKA I'm not worried about DJ Dallas. Everybody doubting Kenneth Walker cannot catch passes. He can. So, yeah, in this instance, like you said, it's going to be a tough divisional matchup. They'll be going for the first place neck. Okay. I'm going to go with Walker here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Walker too. If it was full PPR, I would change my answer to
Correct.
Smith.
Yeah,
that's my flip flop there. I'm gonna go Walker there for Moniz. Moniz got a trade too. Should Moniz trade Etienne and Brandon Cook for Najee? He's Chubb, Walker, and Aaron Jones.
Then no,
don't do it.
Najee's schedule coming up is fierce. Already he hasn't been producing. I know he's getting 17 touches a game, which is the opportunity that you want out of your running back, but he hasn't delivered on it. The offensive line is terrible. I don't trust Pickett. That offense just seemed like it's stagnant until they get rid of Matt Canada or figure something out. I don't trust the Pittsburgh offense at all. And Brandon Cooks and Etienne both have nice value. I would keep my team as is, especially since you're already loaded at running back.
Yeah, I would say keep it as is too. And Mo Diesel, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome in. What's going on? Speaking of rosters, does Mo Diesel ride this roster all the way to the championship? Carr, Chubb, Aaron Jones, Sutton, Mike Evans, Dallas Goedert, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, Devontae Smith, Brandon Cooks, Juju, Jameson Williams, Wentz.
I love that Jameson Williams sneak in right there at the end, right? To solidify the wide receiver core. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you're solid. Russ doesn't seem to like anybody but Sutton. Brady loves Mike Evans. Goddard's having a wonderful season. Probably will finish tight end 3 at the rate he's going, right behind Andrews and Kelsey, it feels like. So, yeah, Carr's going to have to turn that around. Chubb's a star. And you have depth with Walker, Etienne, and Aaron Jones, yeah.
I mean, I would look to move possibly Sutton and Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams right now isn't going to give you much value until he comes on the field and you actually see what he is. I'd like to stash him, but I wouldn't mind trading Sutton.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Jamal Williams. My apologies. Yeah, Jameson Williams is fine.
Yeah, you stash him.
Sutton, I'm trying to move.
If you can move Sutton and Aaron Jones, if Walker blows up, you can probably move Aaron Jones and Sutton and package that to get something really big at running back. Maybe get an upgrade there.
I agree.
But otherwise, you're going to the playoffs. I mean, I'll see you in the playoffs.
Otherwise, see you in the playoffs for sure. For sure. Giuseppe Rousseau, what's up? Welcome back.
Welcome back. The chef's favorite guy right there.
Yeah, Ayuk, Isaiah McKenzie, or Alec Pierce in PPR. I kind of want a piece of that.
Yeah,
I want a piece of that Bills Chiefs game. So yeah,
I want every piece of that game that I can get, man. I'm even willing to roll out Dawson Knox this week. Like, just get me in the game, coach. Oof. Get me in that game. In that Kansas City Bills game, I want every piece of it. On paper, probably, though, if we're going to be like deep analytical, like I probably say Ayuk or Alec Pierce have the better floor and the better opportunity. It's just I want to take a flyer on Isaiah McKenzie.
I'm going to go with
a tough one.
I feel like
it's not an easy tilt. We're making it easy because we want that 4 o'clock window and we want that McKenzie. That Bills game.
Niners play Arizona?
No, Niners are playing the Falcons, which I could see turning into a run-first game.
Mm-hmm. Terrell's pretty good. Hayward's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's going to get Hayward on the other side. Ayuk is. I'm going to go with Alec Pierce here. All right.
Really?
Steadily,
his targets steadily have been raising up. They need a second wide receiver. Once again, no Jonathan Taylor. They're going to have to throw the ball. They may be behind in this game. Yes, the Jags defense has been pretty good. Yeah. But, I mean, 9 targets last week, 8 for 81 when they needed it. Yeah. They started looking for Alec Pierce. Fast, young guy out of Cincinnati. I believe he can keep it rolling here. And if you need someone, especially in PPR fashion, Pierce is going to get it done for you today.
Yeah, both guys are kind of like that third down go-to for their quarterbacks because I feel like McKenzie out of the slot is also somebody that Josh Allen likes to throw it to.
I was just going to say, they're
both they're both like the release, like the relief guy. Like they're both somebody that they're going to get the ball to on third down and in clutch moments. So, I mean,
the way I'm looking at it is it's like second option versus third or fourth option.
Yeah.
Ayuk, he's behind Debo. He's and behind Kittle. And then McKenzie's obviously behind Davis and Diggs. So Pierce might have a little bit more. Yeah, well, yeah.
That's a good point too.
I would go with either one of those, and I don't think you can go too wrong. And Pierce gives you the better floor. Like I said, I just want a little upside on that Kansas City Bills game. I just want as much of that as I can get.
for sure.
Yeah. Pierce does give you the floor. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still the other mouths to feed, like where they sit.
And it's a healthy floor.
It's
a healthy floor. You're looking at like
Yeah.
anywhere between 13 to 15 fantasy points, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, he's been getting targets. Yep.
Wow. I can't believe I might actually. That makes a lot of sense.
With me?
No, I mean, just like just looking at
looking
at the names. It's like you don't want to do that, but I think you're right. I think the floor is going to be higher for Alec Pierce. He's going to get.
And we saw Khalil Shakir flash a little bit last week, and we saw the Bills utilize 2 slot receivers when Crowder was healthy.
Yeah.
It was Crowder and McKenzie. So with Shakir doing well last week, I can see him being added into the mix even more so than he was before last week. So yeah, how much do we trust McKenzie? He's still coming back. It's his first week back.
Yeah,
I would lean Pierce. Ayuk is my second favorite in this matchup.
Wow, even second. Now I would go Pierce, McKenzie, then Ayuk. I guess I'll go tilt with you slightly for the floor. I'll take the safety of Pierce and targets.
Yeah, well, I'll stay with you on that side too. And for another one for Giuseppe here, Stevenson or Henderson in PPR.
Smash Stevenson.
Smash.
I agree on that. Yeah.
The Patriots are giving up 200 rushing yards. Yes, 200 rushing yards 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. I mean, the Browns have given up 200 rushing yards 2 weeks in a row, even to the Falcons. Like they gave up 200 yards. So I don't trust Cleveland's defense at all to stop the run. And Stevenson's got all of it now. Like there's no Damian Harris. Like they brought up Kevin Harris from the practice squad. I think
there's Pierre Strong there too. But it's Ramondre Stevenson season.
Yeah.
Cleveland ranked 29th against the run against fantasy running backs, giving up around 24.7 fantasy points per game. I don't see why you don't play Stevenson here. Try to work Henderson into your flex somehow, some way, unless we're already talking about your flex, Giuseppe.
In which case, good on you.
I mean, if it's the same team as the one question before, instead of playing one of those wide receivers, play Henderson in your flex instead.
Yeah, I will go with that.
100%. He's going to get all the work today with no Akers. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I don't know what's going on in Carolina. Like that's one of those things I can't measure up. Like I can't figure out.
They suck. Easily put.
I mean,
Jeremy Chin today. I don't think. It's bad.
Yeah, they're gonna start trading players.
And like when a head coach gets fired, you normally say, "Oh yeah, there's going to be a resurgence."
Right. I mean, Steve Wilkes wasn't horrible in Arizona. I don't think he got a fair shake in the 1 year that he was there, and he's replacing that. That Matt Rule situation. So maybe a little spark from a new guy, interim coach.
Phillies fired Joe Girardi.
Yeah, and then there they are, right?
Here we are.
But we're not predicting that for the Panthers.
Things. But not only did they get rid of Matt Rule, they got rid of the defensive coordinator too.
Yeah.
They cleaned house.
Yeah, it's completely upheaval.
They're listening to trade offers for CMC.
Brian Burns.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just a mess down there. I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all.
Yeah,
not that I trusted them when he was there. Anyway.
So yeah, if you could work Henderson into the flex to fully circle back, I would probably try to put Henderson in my lineup.
Cool. Morning, Zach.
Zach, what up? Good morning. Hey, I saw your comment down there, Zach. Whenever you want to play, just hit me on the side, bro. I got the fever for golf right now. I'll play any day, whenever anybody wants, any morning. You name the morning, I'm with
guys. It. Let's go, boys.
Let's do it. It's a foursome.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
It's a foursome. Done. Lock it
up. Easy enough.
Let's help us out here between Gabe Davis, Deion Jackson, Rondale Moore, Darrell Henderson, J.K. Dobbins. He needs 2 of those running backs and 2 flex spots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got to remove 1.
Remove Deion Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, Jags are playing pretty good defense right now. I would do that.
Didn't like what I see. I think I believe Philip Lindsay has been elevated off the practice squad once again for this matchup. Mm-hmm. And Deion Jackson didn't really do too much. We saw Rondale Moore start coming alive. Gabe Davis, obviously a stud last week.
Matchups too, like Gabe Davis in the shootout, Rondale Moore against Seattle, like Darrell Henderson against the Carolina Panthers that we just talked about.
And, I mean, Dobbins against the Giants is going to be a little suspect. Lower expectations, but his lowest expectation is still higher than Deion Jackson's highest.
Yeah. And the Giants have the one flaw that I see in the Giants defense right now. They're playing great defense, but those 2 young ends get up the field so fast that little delay draw game, Dobbins might be able to rip off a couple big runs here and there and gash them for a little bit. So I like Dobbins today too. Definitely over Deion Jackson.
Yeah, I'm on that board too. All right, so we'll take him out and then we'll play everybody else on that list.
Yes, sir.
Like it. Good stuff. Nick Thomas, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by.
Welcome in.
Happy
Nick.
Sunday. All right, Jeff Wilson and Deontay for Mike Williams. It's a little trade question real fast. Jeff Wilson and Deontay for Mike Williams.
I'm keeping the 2. I watched Deontay Johnson struggle to make these crazy one-handed catches and like save his fantasy season, but he's still getting 10 targets a game. Not the greatest of targets, but 10 targets a game. And I love Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, I would keep.
And then once Keenan Allen comes back, Mike Williams' value drops a little tiny bit. He's a good player, but I wouldn't do 2 for 1.
Nice. I like it. Kicks from Mike's at the Steelers. Let's go.
Let's go. Live on location. We got another live on location.
What?
Let's go.
My man's Kicks from Mike over here at the Steelers tailgate popping in. Let's go, dude. Thanks for still stopping in. That's amazing. Are you kidding me?
If he's at a tailgate, we definitely got it. Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers.
You're definitely having a cold.
Cheers to Kicks from Mike. Let's go. Give me a second. I love you guys.
I got to see Brady in person.
Still squad. Let's go. Right? Yeah, you got to do that, Juan.
Yeah, I got to do that last year, man, and it's a different thing, man. Cool. He throws the ball like a grown up. Like it's so different when you see it live, like when you're in person and you watch it. Because the last game we went to, the quarterbacks were Ryan Fitzpatrick and Eli Manning. Chef and I went to that game, and when I saw Brady throw it, I was like, "Oh, that's how you're supposed to throw the ball." I was like, oh, "Okay."
And you can tell that from the stands too, because when you go to a real football game, it's almost like you're watching the jumbotron sometimes more than you're actually watching the field, unless you have amazing seats. So you could tell from wherever you're sitting that ball is different. There's a reason.
Oh yeah, I was in the corner of the end zone, and he threw one of those long passes at Mike Evans.
Yeah, a picture.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then he threw one to AB too. That was absolutely insane. Just at the 50-yard line, just standing back there like a statue, flicked his wrist, balls in the end zone. I was like, okay,
love it.
That's different.
Rogelio, what's going on? Good morning.
Good morning.
Rogelio needed to flex, and so Olave is hurts. And I'm gonna go ahead and hear with the concussion protocol being what it is. You should probably plan for Olave to be out.
The average time missed is 9 days.
Okay.
Historically, when players come back from concussion protocol, usually 9 days is the average. We're going to probably see it go higher than that. Like I'll take the over nowadays. So ever since the Tua injury, like the NFL is focusing on this. So I don't think Olave is going to play.
So he's got Dobbs, AJ Dillon, or Deion Jackson for half PPR.
Ooh, half PPR.
Yeah, that's
Dobbs.
Still Dobbs? No Dillon?
Dobbs.
Yeah, I would still go Dobbs. Dillon might have I don't think he's gonna have a terrible game, but I'm gonna go Dobbs there for sure against the Jets. Yeah.
I mean, against the Jets, I don't know, man. What's
rookie on rookie?
What's the weather like out in Lambeau?
That's true. That could affect the game, Chef.
Let's check it out.
What's up, Chef? What's up, guys? Meteorologist Joe Martucci here. You can find me at Joe Mart WX on Facebook and Instagram. Looking across the National Football League, there is just one game where I think weather is going to be an issue. And it's going to be somewhere where you would probably expect it to be an issue. Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra in Green Bay as the Packers take on the Jets at 1 o'clock Eastern. Winds are the concern here, coming out of the northwest, around 15 miles an hour with gusts of 25 at kickoff. But here's the thing. By the time we get towards the end of the game here, gusts will be a little bit higher, probably around 30 miles an hour. So something to pay attention to, especially as we go into the second half here. Otherwise, looking pretty good across the area, across the country. No real issues to talk about here. Good news, just the way we like it for all of us fantasy football managers. Take care, everybody. Back to you, Chef.
And I mean, that kind of sums it up. Like in the beginning of the game, when Rodgers is going to need to throw the ball,
he can.
And later on in the game, when Aaron Rodgers doesn't need to throw the ball, he won't.
Yeah, but I love the weather report from Joe Martucci, and shout out Joe, and thank you for doing that for us all the time. This is going to be great, especially as we get later in the year and once snow hits Vermont.
Oh yeah, it's snowing in Vermont.
Once snow hits Vermont,
here it is. That means there's Derrick Henry season starting.
Henry's on a bye.
Yeah. So thank you to Joe Martucci. But what happens is I like the way they're using Dobbs. They're using them in that like Devontae Adams role where they're throwing a bunch of jailbreak screens and a bunch of smoke screens, little quick slants, and those won't be affected, especially with a guy like Aaron Rodgers with his arm. Like it won't really be like that big of an impairment. So I think he'll be fine.
I think Dillon gets his floor, but what's his floor been lately? Like
his workload's it's been diminished.
That's not a good word. But yeah,
we don't like diminished.
I mean, but it has been diminished. Only 6 touches last week. To it just kind of like took like but he wasn't really doing much with the ones before, like 17 attempts week 4, but he only turned that into 73 yards. Not a bad week, but also, I mean, that's like your running back. That's where your flex spot lies.
A guy like Dillon, you were expecting him to have more of a nose for the end zone, more opportunities to vulture some touchdowns and be used in the short yardage, but they like to get creative on third down and down near the goal line. They like to do a lot of play action, bootleg stuff, throw the ball, or pass it out of the backfield to Aaron Jones. So yeah, let's go Dobbs. I like the chef's original idea.
Right. I'm rolling Dobbs.
Let's roll with Dobbs.
Let's go Dobbs. I like it. Lucius,
what's up?
Morning, Lucius.
Morning, friend. All right, Brandon Aiyuk, DeVonta Smith, or Tyler Boyd. He's leaning Boyd with Lattimore being out.
Well, not just Lattimore being out. Higgins probably isn't going to play either.
Correct.
So that does increase his targets, but they have been throwing it to Hayden Hurst. Boyd might not be a bad play, but DeVonta Smith, I don't know if I can turn that down.
That's funny because Joe Burrow just showed up at the stadium this morning wearing a Jamar Chase jersey.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's going to be a big Chase day.
No, that's 15 targets for Chase.
Oof. Yeah.
He showed up wearing an LSU Jamar Chase jersey.
Doesn't he dress him? Doesn't Jamar Chase? Isn't he his like fashion consultant?
Maybe.
I think
he don't dress himself.
No, I don't think Burrow dresses himself. I think
he doesn't dress himself.
Yeah, Jamar Chase tells him what to wear and then he puts it on. Yeah. That's why he shows up in all that cool swag. Like it's somebody else is doing it for him.
All right. So not only is Marshawn Lattimore out in this matchup, all 4 defensive backs for the Saints are out today.
Really?
Yes, they are playing 2 rookies and a scrub.
So we're gonna take Boyd.
Bradley Roby.
Are we gonna take Boyd over DeVonta Smith?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was checking.
That's like it's DeVonta Smith for me.
Yeah.
All right,
but I'm just wanted to fill in that information there.
Oh, it's going to be
important.
Yeah, that is. And it's going to be great for dailies to put some of those guys in your lineup. You'll be able to afford a guy like Boyd or throw, spin up on it.
Yeah, it's like a dart throw. I would if I DFS, I would go for Hayden Hurst.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
good value too. I think he's
scored the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And with Higgins on the fence being out, the defense is suspect. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna roll Lucius's question tilt right here. Lucius's tilt right into Giuseppe's. So Aiyuk, Rondale Moore, or Garrett Wilson. So we're seeing a lot of the similar names. I'm seeing a lot of Aiyuk this morning. I'm seeing a lot of
Rondale Moore.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really good tilt.
Yeah, I know. This was
we all love Garrett Wilson for the talent. I love the matchup of Rondale Moore, especially until Hopkins comes back. Like Rondale Moore can definitely have a couple big weeks.
Since Zach Wilson's come back, Garrett Wilson's wide receiver 44, and then wide receiver 58, and then wide receiver 72. It's like all of a sudden he disappeared.
It was Flacco like them.
They've just mostly been keeping it. They've been doing so much with Hall. Hall has been doing.
Yeah. Conklin fell off the face of the earth too. Yeah, ever since Zach Wilson came back. That was Flacco that was keeping all those guys relevant. They do want to protect Zach Wilson. They want to make the easy decisions. They want to throw the ball short. I just didn't understand why Conklin didn't get any. But Wilson's definitely suffered. So we're gonna go either Aiyuk or Moore.
Yeah. Rondale Moore back in the slot. He's playing back in the slot. That's where he's comfortable. That's where he eats.
Yeah, and he's going up against Kobe Bryant. And not that Kobe, RIP. Like Kobe Bryant's he's a rookie corner and he's playing the slot for Seattle and he's really struggling this year. So like Rondale Moore could have a big game, especially if that game turns into a shootout. And he's gotten a carry or two here or there so far this season only, but they love to use him on those jet sweeps and give him opportunities running the ball. And without James Conner playing today, it's just Benjamin. Like it could be a game where Rondale Moore gets 3 or 4 of those reverses, and any one of those, the Duke can hit a home run. So I love that for the upside play. Y'all know me. I'm the gambler. I love to roll the dice.
Give me Rondale. Right? I'll roll with you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll go that way too. Although,
I'm a little down on Aiyuk.
He could just because he's got Casey Hayward.
I can't trust Garrett Wilson right now in the Jets offense. It's going to be windy. We already just talked about that in the second part of the game when they will be trying to come from behind.
Yeah. Rondale.
Okay. Excuse me. And then kind of attaching Lucius's other one to Giuseppe's as well.
Oh my!
Do you play Tyler Boyd if no Higgins, or do you go with Allen Lazard?
You should play Allen Lazard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
he's had either a touchdown or 100 yards in all the 4 games that he's played. Yeah, Lazard. So I would play Lazard.
All right, everybody. I see the tilts are rolling in right here. Stick with us. We're gonna get to all of them. We got a lot of really good ones here, so we're definitely thinking on a couple of these for sure. Mo Diesel, Aaron Jones, or Kenneth Walker in half PPR.
Tough, here I go. Half? No, it's half. Give me Walker. Give me Walker. Love Aaron Jones. Love the player. Love the talent. He splits with AJ Dillon. It's half PPR. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he had 8 or 9 catches today, but it's a half PPR. It's going to suffer. And I like Walker today a lot. Like there's very few running backs that I like as far as matchups today more than Walker.
Aaron Jones only 10 PPR, and this is half PPR. Only 10 PPR points last week against the Giants. Not saying the Jets defense is
it's not the Giants.
It's really good. But you did mention the split with Dillon. I mean, last week Aaron Jones had 73% of the snaps. Week before that, 63% of the snaps. You can look to see that Aaron Jones is going to keep it in the 70 percentile range, possibly at least a 60-40 split, which would favor Aaron Jones. But Walker,
I know,
up against Arizona.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to Walker because Walker's getting all the work. I mean, if they're giving up 20, it's half PPR. All right, so half point PPR.
I'm not even worried about the PPR situation. I'm just
it's the 150 yards.
I think it's going to be the breakout game for Walker that we've all been waiting for. Arizona's actually been kind of quiet against.
So I'm looking at him like so I'm looking at him right now. 16.9 or 18.8 half PPR fantasy points per game to running backs. So if you do that, or you go with the Jets who were giving up 20.4.
But you got to split that.
You get that split. Yeah, then you have to split.
Walker.
So because of that, give me Walker. Yeah.
Good tilt though, Mo Diesel. We made us pull out the splits and all. That's dope.
Good tilt for sure.
Yeah, I'm going Walker everywhere. Dailies everywhere. Wherever I can.
There's another Walker right here. Cesar Espinosa, what's up? Welcome back.
Welcome back, Cesar.
Has to choose 2. Godwin, Jeff Wilson, Kenneth Walker. So we're gonna go.
Give me every bit of God. Damn it.
Godwin.
Give me Godwin and Walker.
Yeah.
One.
Okay, it's close. I wanted to stick Jeff Wilson in there because I love my running backs, but PPR, Godwin's going to be a target monster today. Is he getting Cam Sutton?
The one thing that scared me last week was, didn't McKinnon come in and steal touchdowns over Jeff Wilson last week? Oh, Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thinking old.
It's still, you're right. They used to split that backfield.
Yeah.
You're right.
They're going to split it in a million ways. Tyrion Davis-Price back in the mix today.
Jeff Wilson's been a top 12 running back since week 2.
That's great.
That's why I don't want to take him out. But then what he's saying, that touchdown vulture situation scares me.
Yeah.
But it's I want to put him in there. It's
carries last week.
Yeah.
Does Godwin have Cam Sutton? If Godwin has Cam Sutton, Chef?
No. Oh, that's who. Wait, I'm sorry. Did I mess that up?
No.
All right. Steelers are struggling badly against wide receiver, allowing the most fantasy points overall, as well as the second most to the perimeter and 4th most to the slot. Okay. Pittsburgh has allowed the most yardage, 1,100 yards, and 9 touchdowns to the position, most against the position. 8 wide receivers have burned them for 16 plus fantasy points, and 5 of 8 have reached 23 fantasy points. Sign me up for the Tampa Bay wide receivers today.
Yeah,
I like Russell Gage as a sneaky flex option.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin, if you have him on your roster, play him.
Yeah, fire him up. Work him into your roster. Double-digit target day.
And I like the full workload of Kenneth Walker. I'm just going to say it. You know, we've been waiting. I have personally been waiting weeks for this moment. I drafted him very early in our redraft league. I drafted him in Dynasty. I have Kenneth Walker everywhere. I'm a true believer in the talent.
And now the opportunity.
And now the opportunity is here, which we all thought was going to happen sooner rather than later. And guess what, guys? It's now.
I like it.
Chef. Say it with your chest, boy. Like, all right, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
First class problems, though. Again, our tilters all have great teams. Like, I mean,
find a way to start.
I wish I could start all 3 of these. Yeah.
Yeah, Cesar. See if there's. Let us know who else you could possibly bench, because if you could start all 3, I think you'd be in really good shape as well. But I think you're in good shape.
Godwin and Kenneth Walker's dope. That's good.
I'm gonna jump over to a couple. Let's get a couple tight end ones in here. I got one with TS and one with Zach. TS, what's up? Welcome back.
Welcome back, TS.
Taysom Hill or Dalton Schultz for tight end?
Oof. Give me Hill.
Yeah.
Give me Hill, bro. Yep.
Give me Hill.
Yep.
With Jameis Winston coming back, who
Schultz
knows?
laid a total dud last week. There was only 109 yards passing from,
It's the last week. If Dak was the quarterback, I'd say maybe go Schultz. But with Gallup coming back in the offense,
and facing a good
things
defense,
have changed. Yeah, I'm going to go Hill here.
And Zach's tight end question: Robert Tonyan or Mo Alley Cox? This one's tough because the tight end room in Indy kind of feels like the wide receiver room in Kansas City, right? Like you never know who it's going to be in like any given week. There's a couple teams like that.
Give me Tonyan, because with Mo Alley Cox, you're just depending on him coming down with a touchdown, and I think Tonyan can have a little bit of work in that game, especially later when it gets windy and he's trying to just dump it down and check the ball short. And
Tonyan has one touchdown on the season so far up against New England. I mean, it could happen. And he had 4 targets.
They're good against the tight end, right?
4 targets last week. Caught all 4 balls for 23 yards.
3 yards.
And Mo Alley Cox is competing with 2 other guys for targets.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, I mean, you're hoping for one of these guys to get in the end zone. It's a coin flip, but I'd rather go Tonyan, knowing that he's going to get some kind of targets on the field.
Yeah.
Some kind of targets, yeah. Okay, I'll go with that too. But
there may be a better option out there somewhere on your waiver wire.
Yeah, looking for Hayden Hurst or something. Maybe he's still available somehow in one of your leagues.
Justin, what's up? Our longest tenured unpaid intern says he needs the ace to show up today for Juan.
Yeah, we need that.
New York Yankees.
We need that. We need Garrett Cole to step up. Yes, sir.
He also has the Padres over the Phillies. I think it's going to be a very evenly 2 very evenly matched teams.
Yeah, I think
very evenly matched.
Yeah, but I think you guys can take that, man. You didn't get the Dodgers because you dodged the Dodgers, dude. Like
I wanted them. I wanted the Dodgers. Are you kidding me? I wanted us to go in there and beat that money. I wanted it so bad.
I'm honest. I didn't want them. I don't want the Astros, and I didn't want the Dodgers. I'm going to say it right here. That's enough baseball talk.
Yeah, all right. Let's keep moving on here. All right, so Justin, between Zeke, Mostert, Ayuk, and Boyd. Yeah, we got to get back. I'm sorry. I'm excited. It's been 11 years. All right, Zeke, Mostert, Ayuk, or Boyd start 2. Also bench 2.
Start Mostert. It's a must start.
Must start for sure.
I'm not starting Zeke.
No, I'd fade Zeke if you could. Pollard's been getting work.
Zeke's a flex right now for me.
Yeah,
Zeke is barely a flex. He's like a flex 2.
Yeah. It's gross. Flex 2. I like that.
I would go with Boyd.
Yeah, Mostert and Boyd.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'll go with that.
Chef just said the whole secondary from New Orleans isn't playing. Like, give me Boyd. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Good point. Jim Rambo, coolest name in fantasy football. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, my guy. Let's go.
All right. Let's get some good birthday stuff in for him here. Good birthday itself. Full point PPR. Should he rock with
Thielen?
Yep. All right. Thielen today. Thank you, Juan. Or Alec Pierce in one league and Josh Palmer in another.
Thielen or Pierce? Dan, the Dolphins secondary has been getting lit up. Dude. I always want to start Thielen, but I don't know. But Pierce.
Well, here's the thing. Wait, I wrote something down for Thielen. All right. So, so versus the Dolphins, definitely a solid flex. He hasn't gone 3. I forget where I got this piece. Hasn't gone 3 straight non-injury regular season games without a touchdown since 2018. Do with that what you will.
Anytime touchdown scorer.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to retract one of my previous statements.
Which one? The Alec Pierce one from way up?
No, the Marshawn Lattimore thing earlier. He's definitely out.
He's out.
But it's not the whole.
I know they all had questionable tags, though.
I was thinking of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Secondary?
Secondary.
They are. All right. So we have
Fitzpatrick, Cam Sutton, and Kello Witherspoon. They're all out.
Wow.
Yeah. Levy Wallace, all of them out.
They were already bad.
Yeah. And I apologize about that earlier, but yeah.
No big deal. Even still, Marshawn Lattimore being out is big enough.
I wanted to vet that. I knew it was one of those 2 teams. I just couldn't remember who. I apologize.
Big enough, though.
Oh, goody.
Back to this. Alec Pierce.
Or Thielen.
Or Josh Palmer.
That's another league.
Oh.
That's another one.
And then he's got Thielen
Pierce is the middle.
middle ground.
Yeah, he's either going to go Thielen or Pierce, or he's going to go Thielen or Palmer.
Thielen should have a good game today.
Oh, I got it. I think Thielen's for me.
He's due.
Yeah, I love that he's due.
Oh, wait, hold
approach. It's one of my favorites.
He's following up real quick. I think I got. Or should he grab Gage off waivers? Okay.
Gage.
Go get Gage off of waivers.
Go get Gage off of waivers.
For sure.
Yeah, everything the chef just said would lead you to believe that they're going to throw the ball and throw it a ton.
I'd play Gage over all of them.
Yeah, Gage is a great player today. Cool. All right. Wow, he's out there. Let's go. Love that. Going back up to Niner MMA 86. What's up? I like this one. Ian McKenzie, Isaiah McKenzie versus Deion Jackson. Half PPR.
In this case, I would play McKenzie.
Yeah.
I would too. Cool.
Let's go Bills Chiefs game.
Right, for sure. Some of them points. Why no Tony? Or Tony?
Tony.
Oh, it's an anagram. It's the same thing backwards. I just realized that.
Very good.
Why not Tony's the same thing back? You know what also is cool? My last name, Keeler. You know what's an anagram of Keeler? Eckler.
No.
Yeah.
Is that an anagram?
No, it's just the word scrambled.
Palindrome. Palindrome. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's a palindrome of Keeler. Yeah, so it's the word scrambled.
I like it.
Yeah, I just realized that last night. All right, so in the flex PPR, Deion Jackson, Alec Pierce, Michael Carter, or George Pickens, but he already has Deontay Johnson going. All right. So
you're still going to go
Pickens. You're still going to go Pickens over
Pickens or Pierce? Yeah.
But you're going to start Pickens and Deontay?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Really?
They're going to be playing from behind.
Yeah.
Pickens is a good play, good match.
I'd go Pierce. I go Pierce over Pickens.
They will be playing from behind for sure. I'm not interested in playing Carter.
No. That's Breece Hall's backfield now. Yeah, I like Pierce over Pickens. Even if it's barely, I like Pierce.
Yeah, it's close, but I think I like Pierce too. Especially, I know they're going to be behind, but I mean, when you start airing it out like that, it's easy to make mistakes.
Gets Jamel Dean and George Pickens gets Carlton Davis. They've both been getting burnt this year.
They're both really good, though.
I just think that they're going to be playing from behind. They're going to have to throw the ball, and I think Pickens has shown.
Do we trust Kenny Pickett to do that?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't trust him as playing him in fantasy, but I trust the wide receivers.
Okay. All right.
So I think we're going to be split on that one.
That's fine. You're going to have to make the difference then, Swanson.
Oh wait, which one of that?
Yeah, Pierce is just getting better and better. 3 catches, 4 catches, 8 catches. He's at 80 yards in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll go Pierce.
Yeah, I took Pierce on that one.
I'm going to write that one down.
Go ahead. Pierce over Pickens.
Cool. All right, first one of the day. Hold on.
Like
Pierce over Pickens. All right. And but poor Wino Tony's having a rough season, still looking for the first win of the lowest scoring team. There's still plenty of time. Just traded Terry McLaurin and Pitts. Nice for James Robinson PPR, then flipped Herbert and Alvin Kamara for Chase, Brian Robinson, and Geno. Oh, okay. That's not terrible. I mean, as long as Alvin stays healthy.
No, he traded away Herbert and Alvin.
For Chase, Brian Robinson.
He went for depth on his team. So he has both Robinsons in the backfield. Yeah. He's got Chase as a wide receiver and Geno.
Personally, I wouldn't have moved. I wouldn't have went out and gotten James Robinson.
No, because Etienne's on the rise.
I'm worried about
Pitts has been on injury now. So he's going to eventually get worked back into the offense.
Yeah, I mean it's a low,
but it's a done deal now for Wino Tony.
It's crazy because that lineup he had to do something drastic because those guys that he drafted is a monster team like Herbert, Alvin Kamara, McLaurin, and Pitts at the beginning of the year. You're like, wow, I'm going straight to the playoffs. But injuries have killed you. Kamara was out a little bit too, and McLaurin's struggling with Carson Wentz and that offense in general. So.
This would have been one of those moments where I said, just stay put and hold. Those players that you traded away were injured. Now that they're going to resurface and have a resurgence of fantasy production, we saw Alvin Kamara start to come alive. Jamar Chase, he hasn't really done much lately. He's going to have a great game today.
Yeah, he's coming
Brian
back.
Robinson is on the uptick. I like where Geno Smith is right now in his game. As long as the wide receivers, especially Tyler Lockett, can stay healthy. I I mean, it's not a bad move, but
listen, sometimes you got to throw up a Hail Mary, man. Sometimes you have to do it and flip your whole squad to be able to try to make it. I'm with you, Chef, personally, especially now that we have a longer period, like a longer leash, one extra game of regular season. I probably would hold till week 6 is over. I would have held one more week just to see what my guys that I drafted. I still believe in, like, if I drafted Pitts, he's going to be okay. It's just a matter of when, but he's still got some upside play out of that. Brian Robinson's on the come up. Chase is, due to win you a week. Like, he can single-handedly win you a game.
Maybe you can get James Robinson to have a good game and flip him for something else.
Yeah, I might not be done making moves.
Got to look for that. Yeah, for sure. But
try to make a move early this morning. Try to get Kenneth Walker. Let's see if you can do it.
If you can, maybe you can. Maybe you're
give it a shot, man. Imagine if you could get that trade done on the show. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, like during the show, come back and tell us, hey, I just got that trade done. I traded James Robinson for Kenneth Walker. Then you can go out and win this week for sure. Mm-hmm. Get off the schneid. Good luck to you.
Get off the schneid. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Matthew McConnell, what's up? Thank you so much for coming in. Davis T. Higgins, if Pitt is a late scratch, would you drop Elijah Moore to stream or take the loss? Team has afforded him a 4-1 record even with Pitts. It's good.
I don't think Higgins is going to play, so that's easy for me with Gabe Davis.
Yeah, it's even if T. Higgins was going to play, I would still play Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
If Pitts is a late scratch, I think he's going to play, and I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, he's expected to play. Yeah,
and you're okay if you want to go ahead and drop Elijah Moore to fill in a spot right now. He hasn't really been doing much. That offense is suspect.
Yeah.
Quarterback play is very suspect, and we know that he has competition with Garrett Wilson there. So, yeah. I mean, if you could find somebody better on waivers, go for it. If you need a plug and play for the week, go for it.
Elijah Moore's going to be one of those frustrating guys because any one of these weeks he's going to hit a long touchdown, maybe even 2, and you're going to be like, oh, why did I drop him? It's because he wasn't getting the ball. It's because Breece Hall's getting like 10 targets a game. It's because he likes the other options better. So, yeah, he's droppable, I think, at this point. Frustrating as that is, because I don't want to drop him. I have him in a few leagues, and I don't want to do it.
Speaking of frustrating and speaking of Pitts, back up here to Lucius. 2 questions. Taysom Hill or Hunter Hurst? Hayden Hurst. Hunter.
Hayden.
Yeah, it's Hayden. I got it. Is it or is it?
Yeah, thrown off. No, it's Hayden Hurst.
Or is it Hunter
Unless
Henry?
It's Hunter Henry.
Yeah, that's why I was.
No, Hayden Hurst.
We're gonna say it's Hayden Hurst for all
Taysom Hill or Hayden Hurst, and then in another league, Pitts or Evan Ingram.
Hey, it's ugly, but the jersey's up there behind the chef. I gotta go. I need to see Pitts. I need to see the involvement. I need to see him play.
Pitts. I mean, Evan Ingram last week.
I'm starting Ingram. Yeah,
10 targets, 6 for 69.
Yeah, dude.
Up against a Colts team that kind of is trash against the tight end, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, even if they're not, like, he plays a different kind of position,
Yeah, Indy's like 29th against the tight end. I'm going to go Ingram here.
Yeah, it's crazy to say, but until we see it, this gives you one more week to, like, let me see Pitts work himself back in. They don't throw the ball if they can't help. Like, if they don't want to, like, if they could help it, Arthur Smith will not throw the ball.
And then I'm not going to gamble with Taysom Hill versus Hayden Hurst. I'm going to go Hayden Hurst, knowing the matchup is advantageous with the loss of T. Higgins most likely today. If T. Higgins plays, maybe I flip to the Taysom Hill side.
I would definitely flip to the Taysom. I'm kind
of no wide receivers, but Taysom Hill really doesn't catch balls. He throws balls and runs balls.
Yeah.
Saints are
he does everything. He makes tackles, he recovers fumbles, he does all kinds of crap, dude. But I'm kind of leaning Taysom Hill anyway.
I'm leaning Taysom Hill over Hurst only because the Saints are actually they're top 5. They're actually 3rd against fantasy tight ends. Only giving up at most 6.5 points a game. I know he's scored. Hurst has scored in the last 2 weeks, but
don't leave the table on a heater either. Hill's on a roll right now.
Yeah, like
they're going to need him.
Does that? He just finds ways to score. Or I'm sorry, Hill finds ways to score. I'm going to lean Hill on the one side, and I'm going to ride with you on Ingram on the other, just because you got to see it from Pitts.
Yeah, and the opportunity is just there. Trevor Lawrence seems to like Evan Ingram, and he's getting open.
Yeah. Cool. Good tilt, though, because we got
good tilt, Lucius.
Yeah, a lot of talking about Taysom Hill today for sure. Matt McCoy, welcome back.
Welcome back, Matt.
Full point PPR, Josh Palmer, Brandon Ayuk, or does he pull Pierce off the taxi squad? Dynasty question.
I just did that last week. Yeah, I had to pull Alec Pierce out in 2 leagues out of the taxi squad.
How do we all feel about Josh Palmer? What's the full temperature?
I don't think Keenan Allen's going to play.
He's not. He's out.
Yeah, right. They're going to hold him out. I figured they might hold him out. Yeah, if it's only one, I feel safe with Mostert, and I could leave Pierce on my taxi squad. Like, if you don't need him, don't bring him. You know what I mean? Don't bring him out. The more they sit there in that taxi squad, the more likely somebody's going to come and make you an offer and try to get him or something. You know what I mean? Desperate, like, oh, this guy doesn't even need him, and they might come and try to trade you something for him. So
I would roll with Mostert here.
Yeah, you can roll with Mostert.
Yeah, and then second would be Josh Palmer. Yeah. Even though it's a tough matchup up against the Denver defense, who has been pretty good against wide receivers.
The only
but
good thing
Patrick
about
Surtain is going to shadow coverage Mike Williams today, which will leave Josh Palmer, Gerald Everett open. So that's something to think about as well. It might be a bigger Ayuk game. I mean, not Ayuk, your palindrome Eckler, rather. And then, but yeah, give me Mostert out of this. I would leave Pierce on your taxi squad. Don't bring him up. Don't call him up unless you absolutely need him.
Yeah, I think Mostert's the way to go.
Right, I do too. And hold on. Marcos Valdez. Walker, can we call Marcos Valdez MVS? Can he be like the Tilt Squad's MVS? Because every time I see Marcos here, I'm like Marcos Valdez Scantling. Like every time.
I like it. Yeah. He's our
Tilt Squad MVS. I like it. Half point PPR, Kenneth Walker or Olave if he plays. We kind of touched on this early on in the show.
Either way.
Yeah, Walker either way.
Yeah,
but way. Injury designations will be here in a little while, but I don't think they're gonna roll Olave. I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, it doesn't seem likely. Yeah, he's not going to play. And even if he did,
Mostert's questionable tag.
Yeah,
he was a little limited in practice. I think that starts with the whole. Yeah, veterans don't practice on Wednesdays. He's 31. You got to give the legs a little bit of a rest. I think that's all that is.
That's what it was.
He's dealing with a little bit of a knee issue. But he said he's fine, and I believe that he's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. He missed practice on Wednesday. He was upgraded to a limited session on Thursday and Friday. I think they're just seemingly managing his practice reps.
Yeah.
To keep him kind of healthy. He has a history of knee issues, so it's nothing bad. So barring any unforeseen setback before kickoff, I can see Mostert being just fine against a crappy Vikings defense.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, 15 to 20 carries for Mostert for sure.
You're the best. That's why we're here.
The Tilt Squad is the best.
Let's go. Speaking of Tilt Squad, Dame Roche back for another week. What's going on?
Welcome back, Dame.
So Dame has Mixon as his RB2, but his RB3 he has Connor and he's out. So it leaves him with Singletary and Melvin Gordon. So who do we start between Singletary and Gordon?
Ooh. It's Singletary. But it doesn't. I don't want it to be because Gordon's got the questionable tag on him too.
I feel like Singletary gets used a lot more in closer games with like higher scoring. You know what I mean? Like they're going to use him more when they're up. They really don't. Honestly, they don't use him that much. Kansas City's allowing the most receptions to running backs. 13 more than any other team. Right now.
I'm going to go Gordon here.
Burn him there.
What about the questionable tag and the fact that it's Monday night? Does that scare you off of him enough to like, unless you're rostering Mike Boone, you really don't have a move there. You know what I mean? You don't have a tilt. Like, I mean, if he's your third and he's in a flex spot, Dame, then maybe you have options and you can go out there and find yourself a KJ Hamler to plug in at the last minute, you know, but maybe Guyton comes back and it's something you're going to need something if Gordon doesn't play. That's what scares me a little bit.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. Chargers they're dead ass versus running back, but
it's a fantastic matchup for Gordon. Fantastic. And if it was a 1 o'clock game and we knew what was going to happen, smash Gordon. But because of the uncertainty of Monday night and the injury, I might go with the short points of Singletary. I would play by ear and see what I have going into those 4 o'clock games. Like if Mixon's already your RB2, you're going to have an answer as to where your team stands. And if you can afford, if you need to take the chance on the upside and the points, then put Melvin Gordon in there and then pivot on Monday night if you have to like I said, like a KJ Hamler or
Give me Melvin Gordon. I'm not
rolling
the dice.
You don't care.
He's also got a flex spot open.
I am rolling the dice.
You are rolling the dice.
Yeah, because I'd rather roll the dice and have an RB2 than put Singletary in there and he gets me like 3 or 4 points.
Well, we got the follow-up here. He does have he does have a flex spot open. His wide receiver 1 is Diggs, wide receiver 2 is Godwin, and he has Pittman on the bench. So he could start Pittman in the flex instead of starting one of the running backs up there. In this.
Pittman over Gordon. I know you want to start Gordon. I understand. The matchup is fantastic.
I would say give me Pittman in that. That sense.
Yeah. Okay, that I agree with. Like that's
rather than wait for Melvin Gordon for Monday night points.
That's what scares me. He could blow up on Monday night. I absolutely understand it's a great matchup. I'm just scared that if he's questionable now,
I don't think he's going to blow up. He's dealing with a neck injury. I mean, if he's going to play, he's going to get 15 to 18 touches, and then maybe make the best out of him.
If he's limited, then he's limited. I'd rather take my chances with Pittman and give me something for sure.
But I mean, these guys, they're going to be behind really fast against the Chargers. So they might just say, scrap it, throw Mike Boone out there and be done.
The defense could hold, and it could be one of those ugly primetime games we've been seeing. Maybe. Denver's defense ain't bad, Chef.
Hope, man.
Their defense ain't bad.
Gave some gross.
They've been playing some ugly, gross games.
Yeah.
I'm going Pittman.
Yeah, let's go Pittman.
Yeah. Cool. Chef?
Good tilt, though.
I'm down with it.
Good job, Dame. On tilt.
Yeah, good tilt. Like that. A lot of levels on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go Birds. Let's go. Speaking of birds. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Well, that was a bird one too. Anyway, JAC, what's up? Welcome back. Any chance you start Geno over Hurts?
Oof.
I get why you're thinking that because Geno's
100%
quarterback 7 on the season right now, so sure, but no.
Against Arizona, like, you know what I mean? I get it.
But
you can't do it, but you probably should do it. Like,
it's one of those weird ones,
have
right?
the heart. I wouldn't have the heart. Like, I can't.
I wouldn't do it. Chef's do it. Look at Chef. Look at
Chef's because the Cowboys defense is really freaking good. That's what he's doing. But then if they're really that good, Chef, doesn't he give you 80 yards rushing?
I'm not afraid of the Cowboys defense when it comes.
I'm not either.
All right, then run with it.
I'm rolling with Jalen
so far. I've watched every Eagles game.
Yeah, if it was anybody else, yeah. If it was Kyler Murray, I'd say go play Geno. If it was Daniel Jones, I'd say go play Geno.
There, I agree.
If it was Tom Brady, I'd say go play Brady.
Okay,
that's always the answer to that one.
Not necessarily, not in recent history.
No, well, he's turning it around a little bit there. And then Waddle or Devontae Smith, just sticking with Eagles tilts here for Zach.
Devontae.
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson.
Devontae. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, he was a preseason darling, Skylar Thompson. People in Miami down there love him, but 7th round draft pick looks a little scared back there. I don't trust that whatsoever.
Yeah. Chef, same board?
I agree.
Cool,
I agree.
nice.
Devontae.
Ball Glove Blueprint. What's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Already starting Debo at wide receiver 1 in the PPR league, and now needs to start 2. So sit one of these guys for a wide receiver 2 and a flex. Brandon Ayuk at Atlanta, DJ Moore at the Rams, and/or Drake London at San Fran. This one's good.
Just don't play DJ Moore. It's that simple. If you can avoid DJ Moore, you avoid DJ Moore.
Yeah. PJ Walker, Jalen Ramsey.
I mean,
weird PJ.
I mean, you're definitely playing Drake London. All right,
you have to. It's like a ridiculous 34% of the targets, something like that. Like, it's ridiculous the target share that Drake London's getting. However, it's a target share out of like 16 passes, so that got to take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I would. Yeah, I like that game. I like Ayuk in London in that game.
The Rams haven't given up points to wide receivers, and it is worth noting that, and it's a small sample size, but DJ Moore averages 14.6 fantasy points with PJ Walker. It's still kind of gross, but
yeah, that's the average. I'm afraid of the low,
but I'm definitely willing to play. Drake London, that talent,
What, between all three?
No, you could flip a coin between DJ Moore and Brandon Ayuk. I'm not convinced that Ayuk's going to have a great game. We haven't seen a great game from him in a while.
No, and the corners are, like we said, the corners are good.
Like wide receiver 33 or something.
Yeah, and the corners are really good too.
Yeah. Don't play Ayuk.
33.
Give me Moore. I'll jump on the Moore train on that one.
So London and Moore?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. All right. I'll go with you guys. Like Chef said, it's kind of a flip of a coin. Maybe
it's tough, man.
Listen, maybe they'll move DJ Moore around. Maybe they'll get a little creative with PJ Walker and do some other kind of gadget stuff that maybe we haven't seen in a little bit.
I don't know, man. tilt of the week.
Soon as I saw it, man, I said,
I knew it.
Hit it
right? I knew it too. I knew this was going to be it.
It's a tough one, man.
That's the tilt of the week right there. It is.
That's the crazy part is that like a lot of us are living right here.
For sure.
You know, if you have one of these guys,
some of you people, maybe.
Yeah, some of us that are not in first place in our leagues. Yeah. Like you're living in this area. You drafted DJ Moore to be good. You took a chance on Drake London. You have Ayuk because you got him late and you thought he was going to be a steal. And you have these guys, and suddenly you have to play them because you have Higgins, you have Mike Thomas, you have somebody up top, and we have bye weeks. You have Devontae Adams, you know, and you have to make this tilt.
Give me Moore in London. I'm sticking to my not sticking to my guns, but give me DJ Moore in London.
Me too.
Why not? Let's go.
Me too.
Let's make a consensus.
Oof.
But we don't like it, and it's a coin toss, and
it's a tough one, man. Good luck.
Blueprint. Thank you. So far, that's the tilt of the week. So far,
I got another tough one for you guys too.
Oh no, back to back.
Yep, and this is one that I skipped over earlier from Lucius. Again, everybody, thank you for sticking with us. We're about halfway through the show right now. If you like what you hear so far, hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. We are here every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 Eastern to get you through those tilts. So thank you for tuning in and like and subscribe.
Indeed.
Lucius,
join the tilt squad and make the playoffs.
Yeah, join the tilt squad and make the playoffs. I like that. Like one of those old army posters from like before World War II. Join the tilt squad and make the playoffs. Lazard or Kenneth Walker?
Uncle Sam wants you, and I got this nice Yankee jersey on. Makes sense.
There it is.
Damn, either a touchdown or 100 yards every week that he's played.
I know, right? Like,
and then the chef's darling, Kenneth Walker breakout game against Arizona. This is a tough one. This
is a real tough one. I want to know what's like, Chef. How are you rolling this around in your head right now?
I'm looking. Rolling. Listen, while he's doing that, I'm gonna.
Lazard's got either a touchdown or 100 yards in each game.
I know so the far. Situation.
Yeah.
So he's gonna give you something, and he's going against the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
But the shiny new toy, like
the workload and the matchup, and
you want to bring it out, like he's breaking off big runs and the chances that he's gotten.
I think this might be one of those things where you're given the shiny new toy, but you have to finish with the other shiny new toy first. You have to finish your dinner first before you're allowed to play with the shiny new toy. So,
who do you have on your team that you have to pick between these two? Like that's.
These guys have the greatest teams on earth. Like the tilts are so tough because their teams are so darn good.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, like all right. So if you're scraping the bottom of the barrel and you need a splash play, I would go with Lazard. All right. I think Kenneth Walker can give you a safe floor against Arizona. Yeah. But I think Lazard has the better chance to have a really good game.
Yeah, like 100 and a touchdown this
100
time
and
instead
a touchdown.
Of
correct, yes. Rather than Kenneth Walker giving you 100 yards and a touchdown. So, yeah, I'm going to go Lazard here, even though I'm a big advocate of Kenneth Walker. But give me Lazard to have a really good game against the Jets.
Depending on what you need, I'll go with the Chef, but I want.
You don't have to.
I want to start Kenneth Walker.
I want to start Kenneth Walker everywhere I have him. Unfortunately, he's sitting on my taxi slot until I trade some of these receivers away. Just putting it out there in Dynasty, guys. Wide receivers are for sale.
I need running backs.
Man, I got like 8.
That's what I need. I just made a trade for Isaiah Pacheco. I'm starting, but it's going to take a while.
Ugh.
We're getting there. What do you mean, ugh?
He loves Pacheco.
Oh, is that because I put Daniel Jones made it to my squad? I actually can't even talk anything bad about Daniel Jones. He is. He's playing great for sure. All right, we're gonna lean Lazard here, but Lucius, I see a couple tilts toward the bottom. I'm gonna pick up those soon too in a bit, but please tell us who the rest of that team looks like. So we can find a way to play both of those, please.
Yeah, I don't want to bench Walker.
Dude. Going back to Rogelio here, PPR, Rondale or Ayuk or Dylan in a full flex PPR. We got a lot of the same names here today, boys.
More.
We already talked about this earlier at the top of the show. I'm gonna go with Rondale Moore here.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. Now I got the tilt to the week song stuck in my head. James Mendez 17. Welcome back. Welcome in.
We'll come in.
Emergency time. He needs an emergency wide receiver. He only has Mike Williams. Cook is on bye. Bateman is out. Does he pick Rondale Moore or MVS? He's leaning towards MVS because of a shootout between KC and Buffalo.
I would lean the same way.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of the work lately, hasn't he, MVS?
I mean, he's had an uptick in targets, and
sure.
But he's the guy that you want to break out. Like, he's going to be the long ball. They're going to be playing from behind. I think the Bills make a statement with this matchup this week and just totally kill Kansas City. But they're going to be struggling. They're going to be passing the ball.
I was going to say, you can't totally kill that team.
Right.
Yeah, I
don't you know what I mean? Like, they'll be fighting until the end.
But they should win to put up points, and MVS 100%. Is going to be a part of it.
100%.
So, over Rondale Moore in that
situation. It's barely because Moore has a chance to have a big breakout game. But, you got to want a piece of that Bills and Chiefs matchup.
I think MVS has a bigger chance of hitting.
Yeah, he's been running a lot of 18-yard digs because of all that speed. The corners play back off of him, and then he just turns and comes up the field, and Mahomes is hitting him right in stride. So, he's going to get a few good catches. So, go MVS. I can't wait.
And JAC is kind of tempted to start Eno Benjamin over Mixon, Eckler or Kamara because of the matchup. Kind of tempted to start Eno over Mixon, Eckler, or Kamara. So, wow. Because of the matchup, but is reluctant considering the floor of the starters due to their volume. It's well put.
Yeah, you can't.
No, you can't.
I understand the temptation, but you can't bench them. Like, I would start Eno over Najee Harris. You know what I mean? There's a few other running backs that I might start him over, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, over Deion Jackson.
Yeah. Over the Jacksonville running back. Name the Jacksonville running back. Yeah. I'm going to take Eno in that matchup.
For that game. Yeah, I would too.
Whoever's starting in Atlanta, I'll start Eno over them. You know what I mean? There's a few spots where you're going to start Eno Smith over them, but I can't do it over these three guys. You're absolutely right, due to the volume and the part of the offense, the percentage of the offense that these guys take up.
There's a sneaky little ad that most people haven't really thought about either, and his name is Keontae Davis. Around, I forget where he went to college, but he was like a 5th-round pickup from the Arizona Cardinals. He will be active today. He will get some work.
Did they activate that Tyson Williams kid?
Taysom Williams, yeah, they picked him up too. Yeah. So I think it's a Chattanooga, Keontae Davis.
Yeah.
Deep dig, Tennessee.
Deep dig. That was a dynasty deep dive.
Yeah, wow. Right, that was a dive. Oof. I need a towel. That was a deep dive.
I like though. I like today a lot. We can't start him over those three guys though.
Yeah, not over Mixon. It could sway the other way. I think Mixon gets some work, especially maybe some in the passing game due to the Higgins being out. Eckler, you're not benching Eckler. You're not benching Kamara.
No. Or Kamara.
So I would rather lose with these guys in my roster than with Eno. Yeah.
Good way to put it. Back up to Rogelio. Did we do this one? I don't think we did. Full PPR. We have to bench one of these guys between Mostert, McKenzie, and Lazard.
McKenzie.
Yeah, it's McKenzie. I think McKenzie will have a good game in the slot.
He will, but I want the sure thing of the other two.
I agree. And then the other one for Rogelio, Garrett Wilson, A.J. Dillon, Jeff Wilson, Hurst, Njoku, Pittman, and Gallup. We got to start one tight end and 3 other players.
Give me Njoku.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, and then 3 others. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jeff Wilson.
Okay. Give me Wilson,
Pittman,
and
not Gallup. Nope, not Gallup. Wow. Oh, this is going to be tough too. Hold on. Yeah. Listen, Gallup's got either Bradbury or Slay. I don't want no part of that.
Yeah, he's just.
I don't. I can't do that.
It's tough.
Yeah, torched Philly for 6.
He's got Slay.
6 for 121 and 2 in 2020.
I don't know if Slay. I don't know if Slay actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
They move Gallup. I think they're gonna move him around.
They move him around. No, they do.
Sure, but it could be Bradbury too, though. It could be Avonte Maddox too. Like either way, it's 3 good corners on that team.
Yeah, it's the best secondary in the damn league.
Yeah, and he's catching passes from Ben DiNucci and Brandon Whedon. You know what I mean? Like whatever his name is. What's the quarterback's name?
Not to say anything else, but I mean, the left side where Gallup usually plays on the perimeter. Mm-hmm. They are giving up the 12th most fantasy points.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna be throwing Let me throw him in this game.
That might have been since Slade was out a little bit. Who knows?
Yeah.
In the last. That's in the last.
I mean, we'll look
games.
at the other guys here. Like, are you going to start Garrett
Wilson?
Wilson?
8 games. Yeah, no, that's the last 4 games. 12.
I don't want to start Garrett Wilson because I'm not sure about Jair Alexander, and I don't trust Zach Wilson as far as I can throw him. So I would probably go Pittman, Wilson, and Dillon.
I don't like the usage for Dillon versus Jones right now. It's not as much of a 50-50 split or even close to that, really, that I thought it was going to be. It's more like a 25-7. It's just not.
I mean, maybe Gallup for upside guys, but I just don't see it. I don't see him having a monster game against the Eagles. I could be wrong, but Jeff Wilson for sure. Give me Pittman for sure. I'll start Njoku over Hurst. I might be willing to put Hurst at tight end and Njoku in the flex. No,
I'll do Njoku as my tight end. I'll play Wilson, Pittman,
and that's where the tilt starts.
And give me Dillon. I think you're right.
Maybe he falls in the end zone this week. Maybe he gets you that touchdown.
I think, and you know what? It could be a little bit. I know we talked about the usage a little bit earlier this morning, but like maybe the Packers are up. We think about that usage last week against the Giants. They were down against the Giants. Yeah. It was a close matchup. They needed Aaron Jones out there to catch passes more so than A.J. Dillon. In this matchup, it's not going to be like that. They can just they can feed A.J. Dillon late in this game, junk time.
Joe Martucci said it's going to be 30 mile an hour with Gus.
In the second half of the game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going
Dillon. We're up and he gets 12, 15 carries in the second half and puts the game away. I like that scenario.
Yeah.
All right, so starting Njoku, Pittman, Wilson, Dillon.
I like it better than Garrett Wilson or Gallup for some reason. Watch both of them hit today. But,
they could. They could. But the likelihood, you want to play the best, what's the most likely outcome? It's Dillon runs the ball at the end of the game and gets 15, 20 carries somehow.
Good tilt. Another good one.
Great tilt.
That's a great one, Rogelio.
Right?
Almost hit the button.
Sarah Riley, what's up? Welcome back.
Welcome back, Sarah.
Schedule at 11. Half point PPR, as always, for Sarah. Needs 2. Jeff Wilson, Kenneth Walker, J.K. Dobbins.
First 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
First 2, nice and easy.
Wow. He didn't even let me finish. Just said, yup.
Yep.
And I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you.
Yep. And then her second one here, Hurst, who is questionable, Knox, Engram, or Tunyon.
Be ready to tilt.
One of these.
Be ready to tilt at 11:30. I think I like Hurst over all of them. Mm-hmm. I think you're right, but then I'll go Evan Engram.
Correct.
Because Knox is just coming back from injury. Tunyon, I don't know the usage, and it's going to be windy in the second half. So Engram would be number 2, and I would just be ready to tilt if they announce it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'll go Hurst, Engram, Knox, Tunyon in that order.
Yeah, that's how I would go too, in that order. We have those injury designations coming out now. Hold on, maybe some. There's some. Not yet.
Not yet. 20 more minutes.
It's a little early.
We are getting there. And another one here from Matthew McConnell. J-Rob, Dillon, or Clyde in a half point PPR. Pick 2. We got to sit one of these guys in that.
Damn. I know we just said start Dillon, but I think I might sit Dillon.
I think I might sit usage. I think I might sit Robinson.
I'm not sitting Clyde.
Yeah, not sitting. Half point PPR.
I'm gonna sit Robinson. I don't want to, but
I don't want to. I mean,
yeah, I'm talking myself into Dillon. The farther the day goes along, I'm talking myself into Dillon more as a second half play.
I think we all are for sure. With the weather and then them being up and not having to do as much and just getting more use on the ground. And like, why would you keep throwing Aaron Jones out there if you can get Dillon some work in?
Yeah, you bring out the hammer, put the nail in the coffin and call it a day.
Yeah.
Pull up some more stats on Robinson. My model just doesn't like him today.
No, because
Robinson
he's been going
was
down.
Running back 51 last week, 58 the week before that. I mean, his usage just completely dipped, and Etienne's just went up.
Yeah, and even when they get similar usage, Etienne just looks like the livelier back.
Give me Dillon and Clyde.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Good tilt.
Just a good tilt.
It's a good tilt.
Yeah, very good tilt. I just want to look at where the Colts are on. Go ahead.
No, it's just a common problem that we're all having as far as like James Robinson and that kind of like that gray area that RB2 situation. Kareem Hunt, James Robinson, AJ Dillon. Like, what are we doing week to week? And it's tough with the injuries, and it's tough with the matchups, and you have to play. And then everybody's a committee nowadays. Outside of Saquon and a couple other guys, like everybody's in a committee, and it's a split, and you got to try to decipher the split. And it looks like Robinson's trending down. So whatever model you have working over there, Chef, it's accurate, because that's what it feels like when you watch film.
Yeah, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they're going to need to throw the ball in this one, and I think he gets some targets this time.
As long as he doesn't take a ball off the face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily give him a touchdown because he hasn't been good around the goal line.
He has this year. I think he's got 3 receiving touchdowns.
But up against the Buffalo Bills defense, I slowed. And we talked about that earlier. Who was that? Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
Now it's Jerick
McKinnon.
Now it's Jerick.
Every once in a while, it's him or Pacheco will come and take a whole series away, or
steal a goal line carry or something like that. Yeah. I just think Clyde is going to be utilized in the passing game today.
Running back 8 on him on the season right now. Kind of like sort of what I feel like is almost quietly.
RB8?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the scoring.
I like that. Yeah, but I would say take J-Rob out of this one, although it's tough. Another CEH on here for Adam Polio. What's up, man? Welcome back. Kareem Hunt, CEH, or Boyd, pick 2.
Oof.
The Hunt thing is...
Man.
I know, like, it's so...
Man.
Hunt's tied for 3rd for red zone carries.
Yeah,
right now, like you're hoping for that touchdown upside.
He's 3rd to Chubb.
I know, because
and Chubb.
He's doing that with Chubb in tandem, and Chubb is just lighting the world on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Boyd with no Higgins, most likely no Higgins.
It's intriguing that matchup because of no Higgins, man. But
like you said, it was.
I think you play both running backs in that situation.
I think you have to.
I think so.
CH has 5 touchdowns already this year, and
I think you play both.
Yeah, cool. That's your most likely opportunity to get touchdowns, which is how you win fantasy, is by getting guys that score touchdowns. Really, unless you can guarantee a certain amount of usage or targets, like Hunt and CH have the better chance to get in the end zone out of these 3. So you have to take them. Although Boyd does have a really good matchup. Again, Adam Polio probably has a great team, as does everybody else in the Till squad. Like everybody's teams are amazing. It's really crazy. But yeah, those are the 2 guys that can probably give you a chance to score the most likely.
Speaking of folks with amazing teams up here, back up to Lucius, Eno Benjamin, Michael Pittman, or Christian Kirk for a flex. Give me Eno. Give me Eno.
It ain't that easy, but yeah,
he's gonna get to work.
Chef hates Christian Kirk.
Yeah. Well, he's had
Kenny Moore today.
Kenny Moore.
Chef wants to do it. He wants to say Christian Kirk. Look at his face. Look at him every week with the struggle with Christian Kirk.
Bring up the paper. Where's the paper?
Yeah, Chef's gonna eat a piece of paper. For those of you who are first-time listeners and haven't been in the Till Squad, we got a long-running situation where the chef has to eat a piece of paper that says Christian Kirk sucks.
But see, I have the outlet of Michael Pittman or Eno Benjamin, which are both great picks in this situation.
You can argue your way out of that one. I think I like Eno with the matchup. I mean, at this point, your team's probably so good that you're loaded there, right? And this is your flex spot. This is a flyer. He's going to be involved in.
I'm going to go Eno here.
Let's go.
Let's take a shot on the young guy.
Mr. Swanson said Eno right off the jump. I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, Seattle 28th against the running back.
They're bad.
Giving up over 28 fantasy points per game. Eno's going to get the majority and some passing work. He's usually a pass catching back.
Yep.
Look for him to be utilized early and often. So yeah, I'm gonna tilt to Eno.
Let's keep going with Eno here for Lucius. Eno Benjamin or Melvin Gordon?
Eno.
Yeah.
That's an easy one for me.
Yeah.
With the Gordon injury. If Gordon wasn't injured, then it would be second opinion. Get your points in now. If we talked about it earlier, if Melvin decides that he's not able to go, it's a neck injury. He may not have to do too much. They may turn around and say, hey, Mike Boone, you're up.
Yep. Which isn't a bad stash for some of you out there if you have injuries or
if you have Melvin Gordon, you should definitely be looking at Michael Boone on waivers if he's available.
Chef, a couple weeks ago, I was with my buddy Gma. We were at a beer garden and we were watching the Denver Broncos, the Broncos and Seahawks game, right? First Monday night of the season. That was earlier in the year. And we were there, and Mike Boone's brother came up and tried to get a cigarette.
Really?
Yeah. A guy claiming to be the brother of Mike Boone. He's like, oh, you know Mike Boone? I was like, I have him on like 3 fantasy teams, dude.
Yeah, you got to know those Tennessee Avenue hangouts, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on the boardwalk. It happens on the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Atlantic City Boardwalk,
Yeah. Other things happen.
Mike Boone's brother, shout out.
We won't go there. Yeah, shout out Mike Boone's. Yeah, hopefully Mike Boone's brother. Aaron Jones and Sutton for Mixon for Monier here, or do they shoot higher for half PPR? Aaron Jones and Sutton. I say hold.
Oh.
Sutton's.
I know it's just the usage for Mixon. The idea of having a stud like that. Just Jones has been a little disappointing, but yeah, all right. I'd hold. Or shoot higher. Yeah,
I would hold Aaron Jones and Sutton.
Yeah,
for Mixon.
Yeah,
no.
If I could get Chubb, I'd do
Mixon
it. If I could get Saquon, I'd do it.
I would hold. You're getting more points out of both of them together than you are singly getting points from Mixon. No.
Yeah.
If I can get a big time, a Chubb, a Saquon, a CMC, a JT, like Jonathan Taylor, like if I could get somebody like Eckler, like then I would do it. But Mixon's just outside of that range of guys that I'd be willing to trade those two for.
A trade offer for Devin Duvernay. Got a trade offer for Henderson. Yeah, right.
The chef's going over her ridiculous trade offers at the moment.
Yeah,
I love it. Does JAC? So JAC has Lockett on the bench.
No.
Does start him over Mike Evans or Hollywood Brown or no? League is 0.75, 3/4 PPR. That is a crazy team. Okay, so Lockett's on the bench.
No, leave him on the bench.
Damn.
I don't want Mike Evans, Hollywood Brown. They're both going to have banging games today.
I think Lockett will have a good game too, but not as good as both of those guys.
The ceiling. I mean, I don't know. Lockett.
Well, can you flex them over? Do you flex Lockett over Mixon or Kamara?
In 3/4 PPR,
I might flex him over Mixon, Chef.
He's kind of been banged up. He almost didn't play this week. I think you just stay put, hold with your lineup of Mike Evans, Hollywood Brown, and Mixon and Kamara.
What a wonderful problem.
I mean, if you want, dangle him in front of somebody, lock it today. You know?
Trade him to somebody who needs a receiver. Trade him to the guy that has T. Higgins, the guy that has Devontae Adams on a bye.
Yeah, or I mean, even DeAndre Hopkins. May I say it? Oh no, you already have Hollywood Brown. Never mind.
That wouldn't have been bad though.
Yeah.
So you're gonna keep Lockett on the bench?
We have to.
I would have
over
to.
Mixon or Kamara?
Have to. I want to start him over Mixon.
I want to start him over Mixon over the Cardinals.
Yeah, I want to start him over Mixon.
5 for 104 and 2 last week versus New Orleans. 6 for 91 versus Detroit. 9 for 76 versus Atlanta. Before that, those are all not great defenses. I mean, New Orleans is better than the other two, but
yeah, he even did it to New Orleans. He doesn't care, Lockett.
Yeah, he can do it.
I want to start him, man. I want to start him over Mixon. It depends.
So if you can, I mean,
if you need the upside, like let's say you need the upside, you don't just need.
Obviously, he doesn't need the upside. He's got 3 upside players here with Evans, Hollywood Brown right there.
But if you get Lockett to go off today and all 3 of those receivers hit, like you just destroyed your competition.
I would be okay with benching Mixon for Lockett today.
Yeah, there we go.
I know it sounds
crazy.
It sounds strange on paper, but things are going the way they're going. I mean, Mixon's RB15 right now in PPR.
I mean,
and I want to know where Lockett is right now. He is
somewhere in the top 10.
He's 8.
Yeah,
wide receiver 8. Oof, that's crazy.
Give me Lockett.
Yeah, I'll take Lockett. Wild times over here. Good tilt, JC.
Great team,
James Mendez,
JC.
17 with another here. Needs a flex play in another league, PPR. Melvin Gordon questionable for Monday night, or George Pickens. Everyone else he has is out or on a bye.
Leave Gordon in and give yourself the opportunity to play him if he plays, or pivot to Boone if he doesn't.
I was gonna say, can you pick up Boone and with a spot and stash him just in case something happens to Gordon, so you at least have.
Listen, I love Pickens. I love the talent, but the situation just scares me. The situation isn't great. They are going to be playing from behind. They're going to be playing against the Bucs. He's going to have to throw the ball a ton. So maybe he has some garbage time value.
You know what? George Pickens went 6 for 83 up against Buffalo. All right. Kyer Elam is one of the best young defensive backs in the league. He beat Elam. So if he could beat Elam, I have a faith that he's going to do something against Tampa Bay.
Against Dean and Carlton Smith. Oh,
Yep. And he's going to have to. They are going to have to throw the ball.
You're right.
So I would rather take the points from Pickens, which is between 14 and 16 fantasy points, rather than roll the dice with Melvin Gordon or his backup in Mike Boone.
All right.
Fair.
Take the short
fair
points.
enough.
And it is a flex spot.
Yeah.
So it's not like he doesn't have a full lineup outside of that. So
And somebody just got Boone already, he says.
Yeah.
all right.
So
Yeah,
all
then go
right.
Pickens.
Yeah, good call. Word. Adam Polio with another one. Kenneth Walker, Sutton, or Jeff Wilson. Pick 2.
Walker and Wilson.
Go running backs.
Walker and Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just don't see how Denver is going to be able to do it, man. I really don't. I mean, Sutton's got the good matchup against Asante Samuel.
But he's still a good young corner, and it's going to be an ugly game.
Isn't Russ dealing with some kind of injury?
He is. It's a lat.
Yeah, he's dumb. He's weird. He's dealing with a weirdness injury. He's just a weird guy.
He's dumb and he's weird.
Unlimited.
His lat. He's got a strained lat.
Unlatted.
And then he had a unlatted. He got one of those magic cortisone shots, and he feels a little better. He was throwing the ball better at practice. They said this week. Yeah, we all could.
I'm definitely gonna play Walker. Wilson has a good matchup.
Yeah, I like Wilson and Walker for sure. I like the running backs in this scenario.
You take the running backs, I guess, just for you probably got a better floor on that. But that being said, I think Lockett's gonna have a good game. Thought I got injury updates, but I did not. All right, Zach, Mariota or Brissett? We got a couple quarterback tilts here.
Give me the guy that is not playing the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But then again, that one is playing the 49ers, is it not?
The 49ers. Oh, wow.
I know.
Brissett.
Damn it.
Give me Brissett. And actually, New England's not that good against fantasy quarterbacks, believe it or not.
I saw Jared Goff last week, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's Jared Goff.
Aren't they at home? Patriots were at home?
No, it's in Cleveland.
Last week.
Oh,
yeah, they were at home, yeah.
I'm gonna say Jacoby Brissett.
Let's go Brissett.
Mariota
gets you the rushing, but I don't think so against that defense.
Yeah, not that defense. And then Gino or Brissett.
Good tilt though.
Gino.
This is where you get me Gino here. Yeah, for sure.
Matchup is fantastic.
Gino is a top 5 quarterback this week.
Yeah, especially with that matchup.
Very much.
But I don't know, 5?
Oh,
huh?
Top 5?
Oh, you want my ranking?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know where I have him? All right.
Who do you have him over?
A lot of people.
Well, I mean, who are the 3 that you have Geno?
I have him at number 6. I'm sorry, number 6. I have him over Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes.
You're wilding.
You're no.
I should probably, maybe adjust this a little bit, but
maybe just a little bit.
Why? Why?
Because the amount of points that are going to be scored in that game.
You would hope that they score that many points.
Patrick Mahomes. Look, I know that anything can happen in fantasy football and football.
I love the matchup. If you would have said you had Kyler in the same game
but
over him, I'd have been like, okay.
I have Gino over Kyler for sure.
No, I don't know. I can't do it. Love him
because of the rushing. But Mahomes is going to at home.
Joe Burrow. We talked about this earlier. Joe Burrow or Geno Smith.
I know. But I want to take it back.
Justin Herbert against that Denver defense, or Geno Smith in a great matchup in Arizona.
Geno in a good matchup.
Yeah. Geno in a good
and then all right. So
what
to make
world
it
are we
fair,
in, people? Wow.
Like Kirk Cousins or Patrick Mahomes. You would say Patrick Mahomes because of name notoriety.
No, I say Mahomes because he's going to be in a shootout that's going to score.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the name. I mean, that's going to be
who's been able to score on the Buffalo Bills?
The Dolphins.
Yeah,
at full strength.
Well, yeah, but
with the receivers that they had.
Well, it's Kansas City at full strength with Travis Kelce on their squad and Mahomes with an S on his chest. Like, let's play ball.
What was the original question? Gino or who?
It was Gino or
Brissett. Yeah, it was a no-brainer. Yeah, so
Gino Brissett. Sure. But then you said that
we just got off on a little
ranked in the top 5, and then we were
like,
we just want to know
over Patty Mahomes. Today.
You're wilding.
Wow. I'm gonna write that down with a Sharpie on my
he's
forehead.
writing it down. He's wilding.
Gino over Pat.
Jumping out a window.
Yeah,
that's a big window.
That's following
a parachute. Woof. Okay, I like it though. Brian Reed, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. Hunt or Boyd in a half-point PPR?
Hunt.
Give me Hunts for the red zone opportunities.
Yep, half-point PPR. I need a touchdown from him
in red zone. Yeah, opportunities.
I'll go Boyd, hoping that he gets in the end zone.
Chef's on one today.
All right. He is. Yeah, he is.
We're going Hunt. Hope he gets in the end zone. All right, Chef's just. We got to make sure we write all these down. Kyle Mayer, what's going on? Welcome in. Flex PPR, Melvin Gordon, Darrell Henderson, Jacoby Myers, George Pickens.
Okay. We get to pick one out of this?
I think we just got to pick one here.
All right. So take Jacoby Myers and Pickens out, I believe. Well, I already put Pickens over Gordon, didn't I? In the earlier question.
Yes.
So I'm going to ride with that. But the answer here is Henderson, I believe.
What is it, Tilt?
Melvin Gordon, Darrell Henderson, Jacoby Myers, George Pickens.
Just one?
And, yeah, just one, it looks like. I mean,
hasn't Jacoby Myers been like top 10 every time he's played?
I was going to say, he's averaging 17.6 fantasy points per game. That's good for, I believe that's, hold on. I'm bugging us out. Is he wide receiver 8 right now? Did we just say that was?
No, he's wide receiver 39.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Just for those couple weeks.
Yeah. He's only played 3 games.
That's what it is.
So his average is a little skewed.
Yeah, so it's skewed up a bit.
And he had a great game last week against Detroit, which also skews it.
He's definitely going to get the targets. Henderson without Cam against the Panthers. Yeah, Panthers are kind of.
I'm going Henderson.
I'm going to go Henderson. I'll go back to. I mean, I didn't make a full decision, but I'm going to go Henderson.
I would go Henderson here.
It's close, but all right, I'll ride.
Yeah, it's close. Wait, I don't like that.
Again, not a bad spot to be in. Just watching the injury of Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I will go Henderson.
Let's go Henderson.
Yeah, we'll go Henderson. CMC trade.
Carolina's 27th against the run, man.
All right, so Dynasty trade question. Zach, I'm sorry I missed this. Dynasty trade question. He got offered CMC for Davante Adams.
I don't know, man.
It all depends on what your situation is. If you're going for the win, you would kind of want CMC on your team.
Yeah.
But Davante Adams.
There's also a 4-year age gap. I know running backs age different, but I think Davante Adams is 30 and CMC is 26.
Davante's 39. Or 29. Did I say 39?
Oh, he's 29. I was gonna say, wait, he's not that old.
He's 29. McCaffrey's 26. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on roster construction. I like having CMC. It feels like a, you know what I mean, a little safety.
You know what? Give me Davante.
Why is that person offering you CMC?
In a dynasty trade?
Team, what else can you get?
All right, yeah. So I would hold with Davante Adams. You know, wide receivers, they're going to be around a lot longer.
Yeah.
He has a contract set up in Vegas with Derek Carr. We've seen him hit those high numbers throughout the season. Christian McCaffrey, we don't know what's going to happen with him. If you want to talk dynasty real fast, CMC injury prone.
Trade talk.
The past 2 seasons. Talking about a trade, we don't know where he's going to land. We don't know what the situation he's going to be in. Obviously, he's a stellar elite player when he's on the field. But if he gets added into one of these back, say Denver goes out and offers for CMC, now you have CMC and Melvin Gordon. You know, that's something that you can think about with Javonte.
That's not the place. You really want to tilt?
Put CMC.
Put him on the Bills.
Bill,
exactly.
I took the words right out of my mouth. I was waiting to say it. I was waiting
put him on the Bills.
Put him on the Bills.
And even then, with the pass first situation, I think he would lower.
No, he'll catch.
Why would it be check down city? Because how often does Josh Allen actually check down the ball?
Because he doesn't have CMC.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather him start doing that than running it himself? Like, here, you run it, dude. Like, it would be crazy.
I mean, you go ahead and say CMC to the Kansas City Chiefs, then I'm like, okay.
Either offense. It doesn't matter which offense. You put him on one of those offenses, and he's amazing. Like, he immediately rises back to that top.
For all intents and purposes of this question, though, I'm going to hold and stick with Davante Adams.
All right.
I got some injury updates here. Giants are expected to not Leonard Williams and Wan'Dale Robinson, I believe they will not have. Wan'Dale is not playing the game.
Leonard Williams hurts more than
this alert. They misspelled this on the alert. It says they were listed as questionable, but both should play today. So it looks like Leonard Williams and Wan'Dale are going to play.
Better.
That's they worded that weird. More as well. The Rams are expected to field calls for Cam Akers, which could be interesting. The Rams are expected to field calls for Cam Akers.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Before the deadline.
Mac Jones is inactive today. All right, so we're going to see Bailey Zappi again. Olave is officially inactive.
Andy Dalton is going to start over when Winston's not. Winston's going to dress as the backup.
Really?
Dalton's going to get the start. Yeah, Dalton's going to get the start.
Yeah, I don't expect Winston to play even if there is a situation where Dalton goes out for some reason. I think they run with Taysom Hill and just let him wild out and do Wildcat stuff. And
it just worked out better last year in that situation. I think they just keep rolling with it.
Laura and Jim Cooperman, welcome in. Sorry, I was scrolling up a little while there. Thank you for stopping by. Laura and Jim need a running back and a flex for PPR between Mike Boone, Deion Jackson, Brandon Ayuk, or Randall Cobb, whose name.
See, this is a more realistic team right here. This is one of those not super teams. Like everybody else has these super teams. This is where we are. Yeah, this is 12-team PPR, bad situation, injuries, bye weeks combined, and created this storm right here. Yeah. Deion Jackson and Cobb.
That's kind of where I was going.
Yeah, because I mean, Boone.
Well, you don't. I would rather have Boone.
You don't really?
Yeah. Up against the Chargers defense with Melvin Gordon banged up. We already talked about it. So Boone's going to get some
10
work.
10 carries, 10, 12 carries.
10, 12 carries. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
they're giving up a lot of points to
Deion Jackson didn't do anything when he had his opportunity. I think Philip Lindsay is already in there. So we talked about that.
There's no Hines either, though. It's just him. I don't know.
That's the only thing, because it is just him. Let me look at that. It doesn't matter who else they added, right?
No, it really doesn't. Like, if that's your guy, that's the second in command. Like, we've seen them do it in years past when they bring in guys and like with Jonathan Wilkins and whatnot. Like, they just bring in somebody to come in and play and successfully run the ball. It's not the same offensive line. I'll give you that. In Indy, this year they're atrocious. Like, they're nowhere near what they used to be. Yeah.
Not at all.
But we don't like Ayuk in that matchup. You know, Cobb is loved by Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's going to give him his 8 catches. And last week was a Cobb week. This week's
last week had a Cobb week because it was a close matchup. He had 13 targets.
That's a lot.
Before that, he was only averaging 3 targets per game, which I think comes back down to reality this week.
Somewhere in the middle of that, maybe.
So I think maybe Ayuk and Boone, or Ayuk and one of the running backs, it would be my situation here. So yeah, I'm going to say Boone and Ayuk.
T. Higgins is active.
Wow.
Okay, so
is Kyle Pitts and Raheem Mostert. So that changes.
Yeah, that changes all our Tyler Boyd talk.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Laura and Jim, I mean, you're in a tough spot. I don't love any of these right here, but if I have to pick a running back, I'm going to go against the chef here. I'm not going to take Boone. I'm going to trust that somehow Gordon runs the ball, and I think Deion Jackson's the play for volume's sake today. And then with the receivers, you really can flip a coin. And I guess because of Joe Martucci's report with the win in the second half and the fact that Cobb shouldn't have gotten as many targets as he did last week, we'll go with Ayuk. And I'll agree with the chef on that one.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
I'll jump on the board with Deion Jackson with you.
All right. Consensus.
Yeah. All right.
Opportunity at this point.
Yeah,
sure. Thank you for the question. Hit that like and subscribe, please. We are here every Sunday. We are reading. All right. I'm getting a lot coming in here. We said Olave was out, right?
Yes.
Officially cool. Yeah. So Olave is officially out. Hayden Hurst is going to play. And Damian Harris inactive. We knew that. What? Of course we knew that. All right, moving on. We got a couple more injuries, but we'll get to them soon once they pop in. Talk about that trade. Brad, what's going on? Good morning. I was wondering when we would see Brad. Needs to start one full PPX. Ken Walker, Deion Jackson, or Jacoby Myers.
Walker.
We have been on the Walker train all day.
Mm-hmm.
Chef doesn't need to say anything.
Ooh.
Bosa's out. Ooh.
Nick Bosa, yeah. Joey Bosa's out for the season. Now Nick Bosa's injured.
Oof.
gonna
need more room on that couch. So Brad, we're gonna go Ken Walker on that one, and then for a tight end for Brad, Tyler Higbee or Taysom Hill.
Oof, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Higbee's been getting a lot of targets, man. Like he's the second favorite to Cooper Kupp. Like it's a lot. But Taysom Hill with the scoring and
give me Higbee.
Panthers versus the tight end. Huh. Middle of the pack, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, what Higbee for it's a low floor. They're low floor plays, but like Higbee for the floor, Taysom for the ceiling, because Taysom has a weird way of finding the end zone all the time.
Like that. Right. And we do. I mean, Taysom Hill is going to be utilized today in some sort of fashion. We know that. So is Higbee. So, I mean, they're neck and neck. If I had to think, Taysom Hill maybe a little bit more because they're going to be going for it a little bit more.
They're going to have to do the gadget plays. They're going to have to make things work. They're down a bunch of weapons on the outside. No Olave, no Mike Thomas. No, I mean, I don't know about Mike Thomas. No Landry for sure.
Michael Thomas is out.
Yeah, so they're all
three
out.
of their starting receivers are out.
So it's Taysom Hill for me. Just the only way the offense is going to work is if they get him involved the same way they did last week. I like Higbee. I like the floor and all that, but yeah, give me Taysom Hill.
Okay. And he's also Hurst is still questionable right now. Or I'm sorry, Higbee. Higbee's still questionable right now.
Okay.
Expected to play, but so I guess something to keep an eye on, Brad. And then the other one here for him is Deion Jackson or Melvin Gordon. This one's
we've been living in this world all day, all morning. It's so rough. It's so rough. Like we've been saying all morning, Brad. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go with Melvin Gordon, and I'm gonna pick up Mike Boone if I can in my league to have him as a security blanket if I can.
Same.
And leave him in your last available spot. Put him in the flex spot so you can leave. You can tilt on Monday night if you have to another player, a KJ Hamler, AJ Guyton, something along those lines. Anything else, Joshua Kelly, whatever.
And if Boone is not available, and
Joshua Kelly,
yeah.
I mean, at least it's something. It's some kind of points. I mean, you got to get something.
Yeah.
So you should be able to pivot to something on Monday night if you don't have Melvin Gordon going. But the upside of Melvin Gordon over Deion Jackson is just enough where you got to try to make Melvin Gordon work.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing in that game, just to think about it, like Josh Palmer might be available.
Right. Yeah. KJ Hamler, Josh Palmer, I'll take anything at that point.
I would definitely take Josh Palmer.
Yeah. All right, I'm on board with you guys for that one. Julio Jones is officially out.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to play.
Big deal. Yeah. Big Greens. Found something green.
Do it to him.
Yeah,
Found something green.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, man. It's good to see you.
Welcome back, Big Greens.
So Big Greens is starting from the home team as a Saints fan, Marquez Callaway and Randall Cobb in too many leagues.
It's rough.
So this is where
we
live
out here, Big Greens.
Ouch.
Rondale Moore or Tyler Boyd in full PPR. T. Higgins
after the news with
Rondale Moore.
Give me Rondale Moore.
Yeah.
It might have been Boyd, or we might have had a tough tilt on our hands. But yeah, once Higgins is back in there, let's go Rondale Moore. Good matchup too.
Yeah, that clears up the tilts. Clears up that headache with Higgins being active. Big Greens also, as well as Taysom Hill, Njoku, Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, and Mike Boone needs a tight end and a flex. I'm definitely taking Njoku.
Now can we do the tight ends?
Huh?
Can we tight end one of them and flex the other one, Chef? Please.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So you're playing Njoku and Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not these players.
With this in this scenario, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't trust the Jets usage, and we don't know about Mike Boone. So
Taysom Hill's been finding that end zone. He's been doing his thing, and like you said about right. I love that. Ball glove blueprint with another one here for a 1 week rental. Daniel Jones or Jimmy G.
Woof.
Don't
worry.
Poor Daniel Jones, man. He's got no one to throw that ball to. Wandale is active though, right?
Yeah, you got Wendell Robinson. You still have Saquon. He's running around out there, dude. He's trying to find the end zone. He's trying to run for it. Give me the rushing upside.
Give me Daniel Jones.
Give me Danny Dimes.
Yeah, me too, man. I take that. I like it.
Good 1 week.
Oh, it's the big man.
Hey,
big man.
What's going on?
There you go.
Oh, how you
My
doing?
man.
Thank you for stopping
The big man.
He's a good guy. How you doing?
Brad's got another one here between Kirk, Lazard, Juju, McKenzie, or DeAndre Carter.
Man, just one? Oh, wait.
Every 10 kickoff returns.
Oh, that changes the game.
Just to ask for every 10 kickoff return yards. Okay, so every 10 kickoff return yards are 1.5 points. Huh.
That's new. I like that. It's a little different.
Right?
Still going Lazard, but yeah.
Right? Yeah, I would still go Lazard.
Give me Lazard.
Yeah, in that Chiefs matchup, I'm taking MVS over Juju. Juju I don't think he's gotten any red zone targets. Very little.
Yeah, not in the red zone.
Barely any red zone usage. Yeah. Yeah, I think Lazard.
Oh, he said he needs 2.
Is
he said only need 1.
Oh, no, he fixed it. He needs 2.
Yeah, good eye.
Kirk against Kenny Moore. Chef hates it. Look at his face. He hates it.
Chef's got faces today.
Yeah. It's because he's staring at the piece of paper that says Christian Kirk sucks, and he's had to tell people to put him in twice already.
Because one day he's going to eat that paper. There it is. It's looking delicious.
You're going to make a burrito out of that thing. That's going to be the tortilla. You're going to wrap something up inside of it. He's going to eat that paper.
Give me McKenzie or Juju over Kirk.
He wants anybody. Give him DeAndre Carter, he said.
No, not Carter.
All right. So we're going to go Lazard and McKenzie? Because McKenzie does return some kicks.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you're right.
Just because of that. Like slightly over Kirk because he might have the end. Again, we want to be in that shootout. So
yeah, I like it. And the other one for Big Greens here, Dobbins, J-Rob, double Dobbins, Randall Cobb. So what am I missing here?
1 wide receiver, 1
Dobbs?
flex.
Wait,
maybe Dobbs.
Maybe Dobbs.
Dobbins. Wait, hold on. Dobbins, J-Rob, Dobbins, Randall Cobb, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex, full PPR. Assuming you start Kenneth Walker over J-Rob and Dobbins. Yes, for sure. So maybe that's. Oh, all right. So here it is.
Oh, Amari Cooper. That changes everything. So go Dobbins and Cooper.
I would go. Oh, wait. If you're starting Kenneth Walker over J-Rob and Dobbins.
Yes.
All right.
But then you still need to start 1 running back and 1 flex. I mean, 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. So Amari Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Dobbins.
Cooper.
And Dobbins. Yeah, I would be okay with Dobbins as a flex against the Giants.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Good tilt, though. But yeah.
Yeah, good tilt. We just woke up, too.
Kind of.
I think Ant just woke up, too.
Big Ant just joined it. He was texting me on the side, and I'm like, yo, jump on YouTube, my guy. I'm live on TV for you. Send me a tilt. You don't have a tilt? You got 20 leagues. You got to need help somewhere.
Oh, speaking of which, I wonder if I got any of those last minute. Not through the text yet. Alexander Madison is fully active. That's the last one I got right now for the injuries. And Zach, give a shout out to your Chef. Give a shout out to Zach. Shout out to Zach. I can't talk either, man. I just woke up.
Yeah, Chef, Zach saying he's trying to jump on DHH, the hottest dynasty.
Oh, it's Dynasty Happy Hour.
Let's go.
All right. You can find us on YouTube or listen to us on Apple or wherever you get your podcasts.
DHH.
Yeah. Dynasty Happy Hour. It's been an ongoing thing. Co-hosts Tyler Gunther, Doug Eddy, and interim Corey Spala. All right.
Shout out C-Dot.
Yeah.
C-Dot.
We during the season, we just started a new platform. All right. So we just started a new platform. It's going pretty well, actually. New format during the season because, we're like, why are we going over these games? Like, everybody knows what already happened. So we give you the dynasty implications right after the games happen. So we have top rookie performers, biggest risers. We have oomph players of the week, Doug's super sexy tight end, my jersey spray tan of the week, which is a player that may hit and then disappear like Velus Jones did, was my guy last week. And sure enough, he disappeared on Thursday night.
Took a shower and the tan was gone.
Yeah. So plenty of fun if you like that. We're a bunch of middle-aged men talking about fantasy games. So, jump in. Very, very highly experienced dynasty talk.
Yeah, no, on some real stuff. Like
Yeah,
Tyler's been doing this for a really, really long time, and he's big in the industry, and everybody respects his opinion. And you guys put on a great show. So if you're interested in that, Zach, like, and you're doing Dynasty now, and you got into it, that's a good place to go and get your information. And all those little names, you pick up those names where those guys that are 5th, 6th, 7th round picks that nobody knows about, and then suddenly they're on the Dynasty radar. Yep.
Get them out of hot. Get them out of green. Speaking of greens, Rodgers but Chef again, real great show. You guys got to check that out if you're in Dynasty. And if you're not into Dynasty, check it out because you can get into Dynasty. In Dynasty just by talking about it because it goes all year and it's a ton of fun.
And if you have any other questions, like you're a beginner, you can just always hit me up on Twitter.
For sure. Rodgers or Geno for big greens?
Say Geno. Go ahead.
Geno.
Yeah. It's Geno. I'm not even pushing back.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
I don't want to.
It tastes terrible. Take a swig of something. Wash it down. Like we have to. It's the matchup. It's what you're like counting on that, that big shootout game against Arizona. And like we said, we had Joe Martucci come on and give us the weather earlier. Second half of the game, not much throwing. Probably going to be a lot of AJ Dillon. And they should be winning. I feel like Rodgers doesn't even have to throw for 300 today. If he gets anywhere around 200 and a touchdown, then they'll win that game. They'll find a way to win that game. So,
all right. Yeah, okay.
And Geno should be in a shootout. So
crazy.
I know. It's a crazy world we live in where we're starting Geno Smith over Aaron Rodgers. It's crazy.
Right. Edward Zhang, welcome in. Godwin versus Pittsburgh or Sutton versus the Chargers in full PPR. Already starting playoff Lenny and Mike Evans.
Ride the Bucks.
Whoa.
Just doesn't matter. Triple stack.
Wow.
I mean,
if you just told us earlier, Chef, that all of Pittsburgh secondary is injured, including Cam Sutton, no Minkah Fitzpatrick, right?
Yeah.
So Godwin's a must start. And so is Evans.
Like Lenny and Evans are definitely must starts.
But so is Godwin.
Yes.
Evans gets in the end zone, but Godwin's the target monster.
Yeah.
This is so hard to
sound so weird.
Start all three of them, but I mean,
you got to put all your eggs in that basket, man, and hope that Brady spreads the ball around and everybody gets their targets and everybody gets
dangle Godwin or Mike Evans out to someone and try to trade for like a Jamar Chase or something like that today.
Real quick,
man.
maybe
go for it. Like you have too many players on one team. That's a problem. So yeah, I go with you guys. I'm riding with you on this one. Godwin versus Pittsburgh. Man, yeah, I would just
because it feels funny. I wouldn't even try to
diversify a little bit.
Go all the way. I would try if you can get it off last minute. But I wouldn't feel bad about starting all three of them.
They're all got time until 4 o'clock. But and as much as I talked about Sutton today, who I think is still gonna have a great game, like those are, jeez, I think you might do all right. You could do a lot worse just starting all three of those, man.
Yeah, you can start Sutton too and still be okay.
Yeah, there
you said. Move.
Yeah, you just popped it up here like that. Zach added in. Yep, try to trade Evans.
Try to lift one of those, get those out of there, see what you can get out of it. But you're definitely in good shape to make some moves for sure.
You know what? If the other owners in your league are desperate, find the Keenan Allen owner and try to throw him one of those receivers for Keenan Allen. So when he comes back off of injury, maybe you have a nice little, wide receiver one type situation.
Think who I would
because he will be back. Because he could start Sutton this week. I trade him for Keenan Allen. I trade Evans or Godwin for Keenan Allen for the stretch run at the end of the season for sure.
I mean, if you're going to go stretch run for the end of the season, why don't you trade Godwin for like Cooper?
Amari? I go D-Hop or Keenan Allen over Cooper. But yeah.
The only reason why I say Cooper is because, we got somebody coming back.
Yeah, you're right. That'll be in this playoff run.
City. Yeah, I mean.
Still not a bad place to be. You got a lot of good players on your team. And again, all these tilters have amazing teams, dude. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, or just trying to get another piece from another good team. Like, go out and get Devontae Smith.
Maybe you can get two players. Maybe. Yeah, you can get Devontae for sure for one of those guys.
Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah,
you could probably do a 2-for-1 or, trade Godwin after today for like Tyreek Hill, who's going to have a bad game this week, or Jalen Waddle that's going to have a bad game this week due to the quarterback play.
And then those guys will bounce back later on. So you can make a move like that.
Yeah.
The big guy's not feeling Higgins this week, even though he's healthy.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah,
I agree too. But I mean,
I don't know what the usage is going to be like. Like these guys come back, they play, and then they leave the game early. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Joe Burrow was wearing a Jamar Chase jersey.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you talked about that.
he walked in
Yeah,
wearing the Jamar Chase jersey. That gave him 5 extra targets right there. But Ant, let us know who else you got, just in case if there's a pivot. Unless you're playing one of us, in which case it's a family show.
Yeah.
I'll keep my mouth shut. James Maddox, 17. The trade for one big player, 2 solid and good players. Is it realistic to package James Conner, Brandon Cooks, Darren Waller, and Juju for one player? And if so, who could he get? Conner, Cooks, Waller, Juju.
You're gonna have to find a team that's good enough,
bleeding,
but still wants. I mean,
a team that doesn't.
you got a couple
Giving up
injured guys
4
there.
players for one player.
Yeah, but 2 of them aren't
Waiting on tight
available in
end.
Waller and Connor. So the other team has to be okay enough, like where they can afford to do that, but also have injury problems, or maybe they're top heavy and they have 1 or 2 really good players and they need depth, and maybe they'll go for something like this.
Instead of packaging them all together, I would see if you can individually wait for one of them to have a blow up week and then move them.
Yeah, I do 1 and 1, like 1 injured player with 1 healthy player, maybe. You know what I mean? And do it that way, especially because you got bye weeks right now.
Like if you need a running back right now and you haven't been able to pick up Eno Benjamin and the other player has Eno Benjamin, you trade Connor and Juju for Eno Benjamin.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm not letting Brandon Cooks just walk off my team. Waller, yeah, he's a candidate. He's a trade candidate right now.
He's low.
Name notoriety.
He's so low.
But yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna get for him right at this moment because he hasn't really played.
Maybe not at this moment, but I mean, if you look,
if you can wait a week or 2, there it is. Yeah,
it's all about what your team needs are. You shouldn't just be looking at what I can get for these players. It's what your team really needs. And judging by this, you need a running back because you just lost Connor.
Right.
All right. And it's the start of the injury train for Connor.
I would keep Brandon Cooks.
I would keep Brandon Cooks. Waller and Juju and Connor would definitely be guys that I've been trying to get off my squad, but
I could package all 3 of those for a running back.
Package all them together for maybe J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you could probably do that. You could probably do something like that. J.K. Dobbins is going to be on the rise. His value still hasn't skyrocketed. So if he doesn't blow up this week and you could package all 3 of them for him, because later on in the year, J.K. Dobbins is going to be an issue. Like he's going to be involved and he's going to be running the ball.
Think of somebody else. Maybe CEH. Maybe.
If it was before he blows up today, Kenneth Walker, but he's going to blow up and get too much. That's over, right?
Before the Rashad Penny news, but now
that's over. Maybe Darrell Henderson plus Darrell Henderson and something else that the other person has on their team.
You might be able to do that. Connor and Juju for Henderson.
Yeah,
and
just
if
those
you have
2, and
to,
then keep Walker.
Keep Waller.
Yeah,
you might be able to do that. He says he has Melvin Gordon, Najee Harris, Mixon, and Cordarrelle on my IR spot. Well, I mean, you kind of need a running back, but you kind of don't.
Yeah, it only does because Najee's going through such a tough schedule right now, and Melvin Gordon has a little bit of injury concerns, especially when you see it's a neck. Remember Chris Carson? Once that neck came into play, like his career was pretty much over. So it's a little scary.
And then, like judging by that, like Najee and Mixon, like
they're okay though.
Mixon's okay. Najee's okay. He hasn't really been good this year.
No, but he is getting 17 opportunities a game, which you love to see.
You may want to look at like possibly just trading the name Najee Harris for something.
I was just going to say that you probably lift Najee and get a lot more if you package him with who else?
Package him with Juju and get a better receiver.
Swift coming back from injury.
It doesn't do it.
I don't know if that's going to do it. Yeah, but I mean, you could get another. You could get another receiver. You could maybe even go after
you might be able to squeeze Lenny.
Yeah, maybe be able to squeeze, dude. If you can trade Najee, Juju, and Waller, you might be able to get D-Hop.
Yeah, but
you should for sure.
That's too much. Yeah.
I don't know. I think D-Hop's going to be a problem when he comes back.
Yeah, if I do that,
if you're trading Najee though, you need a running back.
Yeah, you need a running back in return. So if you can get like Darrell Henderson and D-Hop from a person, if they own that team, like that works, or Amari Cooper that you mentioned earlier, maybe if I can get Darrell Henderson and Amari Cooper for that, I might do something along those lines.
I just traded DJ Moore for Henderson. Yeah. Good job, Zach.
Yeah, good job, Zach.
Yeah.
In a redraft.
Good move.
Not in Dino.
Yeah, that's definitely
And Dino, I'm keeping DJ Moore. I believe in the talent. He's got like 6 or 7 good years left.
Big Greens with Callaway, Josh Palmer, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Chase Claypool, Robbie Anderson, DeAndre Carter, or Russell Gage. This is PPR. This is whole waiver wire. That's what he has to work with, leading with Callaway since he is a wide receiver 1. So I guess he's got to pick up one of these to start.
Gage, Chef. No?
It's either Gage or Palmer.
It's Gage. I didn't even see him there. I read it. I didn't even see him there.
Palmer's a 1 week rental.
Yeah.
Gage for floor throughout the season.
Yeah. I think he's going to get a lot of targets today.
Yep.
But then we're talking about Brady trying to throw the ball 40 times against Pittsburgh today.
That's probably
he's been throwing it about 50 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up Gage.
For sure. I'm okay with Gage. I think Palmer's going to have a good
I understand what he's saying though about Callaway being the one. It's just that I don't know how that offense is going to run. In
the I'm afraid of that.
Mondo.
Welcome back,
Mondo. I love that avatar, man. I love that. Got to stream the tight end this week. Got Bellinger, Brait, Dissly, Juwan Johnson, Mo Alley Cox on waivers.
Give me Bellinger.
Go for Bellinger.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Brait would be a close second for me, or a Dissly. But Dissly, Fant's been getting the targets. Dissly's been getting the red zone looks.
Yeah.
Brait, it's
going to be touchdown dependent.
It's that most of these guys are touchdown dependent, except for Bellinger.
Is Otton playing? Because they like Otton too, man.
Cade Otton will play, but I think Cade Otton, his usage was coming up because Brait was out last week. Right. That's why we saw the surplus in targets to Otton. But he's Russell Gage out last week.
That's true.
But I think Bellinger is your move, man. Pick him up right now. Put him in your lineup.
That would
for sure. Yeah. And Minnie Jordan.
Hey,
Minnie Jordan, and welcome back.
Minnie Jordan. Good morning. 4-point PPR choose 2. Romeo Dobbs, Drake London, Courtland Sutton, Isaiah McKenzie, Michael Pittman.
This is a good one.
This is a good one. He always brings the good ones.
Yeah.
Tilt of the week.
Dude, this is a tough
I love
one.
how Minnie Jordan comes in at 11:56, 4 minutes before the show's over, and bam, slams the tilt of the week right on top of us.
Thanks.
Choose 2. We got to have London in there, right? So is it
just
London?
Because of the target share? Yes.
Well,
34.
And the matchup against Samuel Womack, because who was out? Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah, Mosley's injured.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ward's injured. Their secondary is a little banged up. If you're going to hit the Niners, that's where you got to hit them. So, yeah, we're going to start London.
All right.
And then you said Sutton against Asante Samuel.
I would start Dobbs for the ceiling.
I don't know. I like Sutton and Pittman a lot here too. I want part of that Bills game with McKenzie.
I like Sutton more than Dobbs.
I missed Sutton. I'm sorry. Yeah. I like Sutton more than Dobbs.
I like Sutton more than Pittman, and I like Sutton more than McKenzie. So for me, it's London and Sutton.
I'll ride with that.
Yeah, me too. I didn't see Sutton there the first time. I've been talking about Sutton all day. Yep, Sutton.
Great tilt though, Minnie Jordan.
Great
it's
tilt,
tough, yeah. Because I want to play Pittman, I want to play Dobbs, I want to play McKenzie, I want to have them all in my lineups, but I'm gonna have to go with London and Sutton.
Me too. Green says he already realizes that he's already starting Russell Gage. He replaced Cobb with Palmer, but still need one more. So do you stick with Gage or tilt somewhere else?
Stick with Gage.
Stick with Gage, yeah.
Oh, he's
plus Julio was just rolled out, so the targets still open up. Not that they were really, starting Godwin. Oh, wait, what?
Confused.
So he's starting Godwin. So what the tilt is right here is that do you start Russell Gage and Godwin in the same matchup?
Over Cobb and Palmer? I don't know.
I think I might play Palmer, dude. I have a feeling that Palmer.
We did just tell somebody to start all 3 wide receivers in.
Yeah, but that was Godwin and Evans. It wasn't necessarily Godwin and Gage. Like Gage is a slight step down from Godwin and Evans, enough where you might want to sneak a Palmer in there. And I like the Monday Night Hope. I'm one of those people. I like, just give me a chance on Monday night to come back and win.
That is something. It is fun just to have that. But
yeah. And enough for me to tilt off.
I don't like Palmer at all. I don't like Palmer at all. I would keep Gage in there. I don't like the matchup. I don't like just doing that to wait. Nah, give me.
I'm doing it for purpose, but
for what?
For the simple fact that Patrick Surtain is going to be holding down Mike Williams. All right, we don't have Keenan Allen. Yes, they're going to pass it to Eckler, and then they're going to pass it to Palmer in the middle of the field.
So.
And when Palmer's in there, who's the other guy? DeAndre Carter? Is that the other one?
Right now it is because Guyton's injured.
Yeah, out for the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Palmer's going to be a sneaky play this week off your waiver wire that you can actually say, hey, wow, he's going to turn some heads.
All right, he's got Godwin and Palmer already in. So he wants to know whether he plays Gage or he goes with Callaway.
Oh, I play
Callaway.
Gage. I'm not trusting Marquez Callaway with Andy Dalton. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it, I guess. Gage for the floor. Gage for the 8 to 10, 12 points, whatever he's going to give you. 6 catches for 60 yards. It could be 8 catches for 80 yards. Whatever it is, he's got that.
Even if it's 5 for 50, I don't care.
Yeah, there's 10 points for sure where you could see a shutout happen on Callaway. But then Callaway could hit 2 long ball home runs, bro, because he's that kind of guy. I don't know. I might play Callaway.
I mean, that's a floor. That's a floor or a ceiling. You know.
Yeah,
like
we're gonna tilt. Give me the ceiling of
Callaway for the
I'm already going for Palmer. I already have Godwin's floor. Give me Callaway and hope he hits a long ball.
I'm gonna ride with Gage here.
You're gonna go
because because he's already playing Palmer, so that's your stretch.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to have
so you get
stretches.
two floors from Godwin and Gage and hope that they both give you 10 points, 10, 15 points.
At least. And then you have Palmer for the upside with the injuries on the Chargers team.
Brady's passing a lot more. Steelers giving up top 12 quarterback performances in 4 out of their last 5 weeks.
Yeah, and the Steelers are out.
Yeah, they're all injured. Yeah, you're right.
Stories are all injured. Like, yeah,
it's going to be like a varsity versus Pop Warner.
So does that scare you that in the second half they just decided to run the ball too?
I think Rachaad White could actually see something good.
Yeah.
But Leonard Fournette should have a good game as well. Yeah, I'm playing. If I have the Bucks, I'm playing the Bucks.
Yeah, play all the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. And say Johnson Gordon needs a flex for Zach.
I'm gonna go Johnson.
Yeah, let's go Deontay.
Yeah,
targets.
Targets.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really gotten into the end zone this year, but he definitely is getting his fair share of targets.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12:03. We are 57 minutes away from Week 6. Well, Sunday, Week 6, after the Thursday game. Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
Nothing happened on Thursday.
Yeah, nothing happened on Thursday. Wasn't even great tilt scene, everybody. Thursday? Shout out Tilt Squad, you guys.
Shout out the whole Tilt Squad.
Show. Shout out Joe Martucci for the weather report. For
sir, thank you.
Kicks from Mike for coming in live from where was
tailgate.
The tailgate?
Yeah, he's at the tailgate at what used to be called Heinz Field, and it has a bunch of initials now, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. It's Heinz Field to me.
Yeah. Get the catch up.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Mondo. You guys are great. Always drive
Tilt
the show.
Squad.
Like I said, Tilt Squad. Just driving it as always. If you're new to the show and you'd like to like and subscribe on YouTube, we are here every morning from 10 a.m. to 12 Eastern, helping you tilt. So far, so good. We see a lot of new faces and a lot of familiar faces, which we love. So you guys, good luck this week.
Go get them, guys.
Until next time, we out.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sunday Tilt. Visit us on YouTube at youtube.com/thetiltisreal and like and subscribe. We're live every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you all next week on The Tilt is Real.